All right, guys, welcome to Friday Night Football here at Harvey Pelche Memorial Stadium. As your Cardinals take the field, welcome to another great night of Bauer Sports Network. My name is Buddy Leday. If the voice sounds a little bit different, it's because it is. Our good friend Robbie Bauer, who goes above and beyond with these broadcasts, is not here tonight, nor is his compadre T-Ben Thompson. So with me tonight, my good buddy Casey Sloth Rodre.
Buddy, it's great to be back in the friendly confines of Harvey Pelche Memorial Stadium. Filling in for Robbie and T-Ben. If T-Ben and Rob are the flagship of the Bauer Sports Network, Buddy, you and I are the pirate ship. But rest assured, fans out there in cyberspace, you can expect the same informative and hard-hitting football analysis you've come to expect from the Bauer Sports Network. Buddy, I've been looking forward to this matchup all week. When Friday nights and the falls come through, old habits and feelings start to creep up. The blood moves a little faster. My senses heighten up. The weights are moving a little easier in the gym today, bud. When I got to work this morning, I almost put a swim move on the security guard. I'm ready to be here, and I'm ready for a great matchup.
So if anybody didn't notice, Casey is very excited to be here, and so am I. But I'm going to talk a little bit about football. He's going to talk about all the colorful events going on around it. As always, we want to thank our sponsors, the pregame sponsor, Claymore Family Dentistry. Dr. Drew Claymore and the folks over there do such a great job. So thank you for Claymore Family Dentistry. A little bit about the game. Look, it's a renewal of a long-standing rivalry between the Lutcher Bulldogs and the Edie White Cardinals. Lutcher and Edie White have had some games over the years that are just gone down in history. It's always close. Lutcher brings great athletes to the field every year, great coaching, very disciplined, and Edie White does as well. So this is a huge matchup between two 3-3 teams right there in the district standings, fighting for a district championship, and both, I'm sure, will go deep in the playoffs like they did last year.
Yeah, buddy, like you said, we've got two 3-3 district foes coming in tonight. Lutcher comes in as a perennial contender. They've won a total of 9 state championships. They are coached by Dwayne Jenkins, an alumnus who enters the game with a 75-30 record. Look, buddy, if I can tell you one thing, and it seems like things are still true, the week leading up to the Lutcher game was always terrible for a defense. They are a multiple front team. They run spread offense now, but they will hit you with looks and upon looks that you've never seen before, things that you just have to spend a whole week preparing. You got to put in extra time every day during the week because they're going to show you things all game long. They're going to have maybe 1 or 2 plays that they run out of each set, and it'll be all game long that you had to prepare for that.
Yeah, so guys, if you haven't noticed already, if you tuned in early to catch this broadcast, Casey's done his homework, guys. So I'm gonna let him do his thing throughout the night, and I'm gonna tell you what I see, and obviously what you see on the screen. Again, Robbie Bauer, if you're just tuning in, and our good friend T-Ben Thompson, who guys, they don't say too much about it or give themselves too many kudos, but Robbie and his team, Carl and the team, the amount of equipment and time and effort that goes into these productions is just phenomenal. Robbie and T-Ben are at the LSU game, I believe, with their sons who are attending LSU now, which they should be. And so Casey and I are happy to pinch hit tonight and be here for those guys who do such a great job.
Yeah, and look, it's great to be here again, like Buddy said, here to watch the Cardinals play, especially against such a longtime foe, somebody that Buddy and I are really familiar with. And I'm really excited to be here tonight.
Yeah, Coach Dwayne Jenkins, again, for Lutcher, is going to bring it every year. And so will Coach Kyle is saying at Edie White. So be ready for a great game tonight, once again, Cardinal fans.
At Thibodeau Regional Wellness Center, we're improving the health and well-being of the region one person at a time. And this means more game time, more first times, more crunch time, more face time, and more party time. Isn't it time you started living your best life? Change starts here at Thibodeau Regional Wellness Center.
For 17 years, the Center for Pediatric Therapy has proudly been the Bayou region's only dedicated pediatric therapy clinic to offer all three major therapy disciplines. We provide pediatric speech, occupational, and physical therapy, and have a combined 135 years of pediatric therapy experience. Additionally, many of our speech and occupational therapists are cross-trained to offer feeding therapy. All of these services are provided in our spacious, company-owned facilities in both Houma and Thibodeau, in approved school settings or in homes of children aged 0 to 3 who are enrolled in the Early Steps program. If you feel like your child could benefit from any or all of our services, please call our friendly front office staff and they would be happy to answer all of your questions.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Outside the Box with Bubba Hebert, previewing Week 4 of the 8-4A season. The Cardinals are coming off of a dominant 65-6 drumming of the Morgan City Tigers to improve to 3-0 in district play. The Cardinals had 7 different players score touchdowns while amassing 351 yards of total offense, and were able to get the starters rest midway through the second quarter. I mean, Vic Nair got over half of a football game in district play under center. Huge to log those crucial reps to help to develop our younger players and add depth that will add confidence whenever they get under the big lights and it's for real. Overall, it was a completely dominant outing by the Cardinals, so I'm not going to go into a bunch of details. They did exactly what they were supposed to do last week. This week, the Cardinals return home and host the 3-3 Lutcher Bulldogs, led by Dwayne Jenkins in his 10th year leading his alma mater. The Bulldogs run a true spread offense, average just over 25 points per game. And if any of you old players remember, especially as Coach Hebert called us, the Pro Scouts, this week sucks. Terrible. Not because it's always a huge game for district and a rival, but the playbook is usually absurdly large compared to other teams. I remember there being so many cards for the defensive period, Coach Hebert had to separate the stacks and put ones in different pockets because there were too many to hold at one time. So practice and prep is way more intense this week and longer in general on a yearly basis. The Bulldogs replace a ton of production on offense and multi-year starters at quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. They do return 4 starters on the offensive line off of a unit that at times was completely dominant last year. They average just over 6 foot tall and 270 pounds and are a very aggressive group. Their biggest returning weapon is number 1, Ashton Stark, who plays wide receiver, cornerback, and return specialist. He will be like the Cheney kid last year. So you'll see him in the backfield, you'll see him out wide, you'll see him running jet sweeps, carrying the ball, so literally all over the place. The plan with him is to get the ball in his hands as often as possible. You also see number 5, MJ Simon, and number 19, Johnny Jones on the outside catching passes. Jones is a younger kid, number 19, he's a sophomore, but good-looking kid. I don't have stats on him, but he looks like he's probably about 6'2", 6'3", 160, 175 pounds. So somebody to look for in the future as well. The offense will be led by number 11 freshman Timmy Charles at quarterback. He's an athletic kid with a lot of wiggle. He's going to give us headaches in the future, but is still trying to figure things out this year in the passing game. So he has a very live arm, can sling it around, but he can be quite inconsistent with his accuracy. The Bulldogs average just over 25 points per game, but have struggled to move the ball at times. The starting running back is number 0, Jamilian Joseph, 5'8", 165 pounds, who saw a lot of time as a reserve last year, as well as they also have a new tight end / H-back, number 15, Thomas Russo, good-looking kid, 6'3", 200 pounds, certainly looks the part of a tight end H-back to replace the longtime starters at his position that moved on to college. The Bulldog defense returned 7 starters and are surrendering just 17 points per game. They would be multiple with a base 3-4 look, odd man front, but they look a lot like a 5-2 at time in run fits. To run those odd man front defenses, you got to have a dude at nose tackle. And this defense only goes as far as the 4-year starter at nose tackle, number 72, Caden Parquette, dictates. The 6-foot, 260-pound bull lineman is strong as an ox and jumps out of his stance. He's one of the most disruptive D linemen that we will face this year and tends to be a nightmare right in the quarterback's face. We must attack Parquette and not let him dictate the game. His ability to penetrate gave us our option attack fits last year and often disrupted play before they even get started. We rely too much on timing in our run game to have any kind of disruption, especially at the point of attack. Joining him on the line is returning starter defensive end number 27, Elijah Fobb. The 6-foot, 240-pound senior will be flanked by junior number 33, Dylan Webster, at 6'1", 230 pounds at the other defensive end position. They're both very athletic and set the edge with authority, run real well, strong kids, tackle well. Number 6, Coy Ruiz, and number 44, Dre Suzubinski, return to lead the linebacking corps. They're both around 5'11", 200 pounds, smart, strong kids, multiple years starting for the Bulldogs. Number 4, Derek Jackson, 6 foot, 185 pounds, returns to lead the defensive backs along with number 1, Ashton Starks, who we talked about before. As we enter week 7, neither the Cardinals or the Bulldogs' records are where we are accustomed to seeing them. Although the numbers may not be jaw-dropping as in years past, this contest will likely be very similar to the history of the rivalry. A knockdown, drag-out war is what I'm expecting. You would be hard-pressed to find too many games that are lopsided in this rivalry. There's always tons of juice in the stadium and on the field to get those competitive urges rolling early on Friday. Edie White will need to have a good ball security and be opportunistic in the passing game. Lutcher has been vulnerable to some big plays throughout the year on film. See if we can get Bodien, Nakan, those guys on the outside free and knock some big plays on them. Even though they're only giving up 17 points per game, they don't look quite as intimidating as fast all over the field as they have in the past, particularly last year and the last few years. Hopefully that equates to the Cardinals moving the ball more consistently as they have in recent weeks. The line will have to be quick off the ball and stay engaged, especially at the point of attack. You must neutralize the nose tackle 72. And that will allow Grant to read his keys and let the offense flow. On defense, you can't let your guard down because of a new cast of weapons. They still call weapons for a reason. They got a few guys that you will have to wrap up and cut down yards after catch as much as possible, because if they get a window, they are gone. If the Cardinals can shut down the Lutcher rushing attack and force them to be one-dimensional, I like our chances with Coach Barish dialing up the pressure on defense on the freshman and make him beat us. He'll be a good one down the road, but if you are able to put the game on him, it may be the best play in a secure home field victory. I like the Cardinals at home. It's tough to win on the road in this district. I don't see that changing Friday night. Let's go get them, Cards. Roll on, Red Machine.
Spirit, will, spunk, fight. Cardinals fly high. For over 150 years, Edward Douglas White Catholic High School has been a beacon of faith, excellence, and community in Thibodaux. Our students come from over 40 schools, united by faith and a commitment to service through daily prayer, retreats, and community outreach. With 3 college prep tracks, 15 honors and AP classes, and personalized support, every student can reach their full potential. Our championship-winning athletic program, award-winning music program, and more than 20 clubs and organizations offer something for everyone. Join us for our open house on December 4th. Contact Alicia Bergeron to learn more about the Edie White admissions process. Edie White, where faith, knowledge, and spirit take flight.
And welcome back to, let's get this right, Yaki Bernard Field at Harvey Pelche Memorial Stadium on the campus of E.D. White Catholic High School for tonight's action against the E.D. White Cardinals and the Lutcher Bulldogs. Friday night football is at its peak right now, folks. Great weather, great night, two great teams, and what's expected to be a great game. Thank you once again to our sponsors, Thibodeau Regional Health Systems, keeping you safely in the game. Dr. Drew Claymore and Claymore Family Dentistry for the pregame sponsorship as well. We also thank the Center for Pediatric Therapy. Guys, that commercial means a lot to me. My daughter was treated at the Center for Pediatric Therapy. She's a senior now at E.D. White, and the folks over there just do an amazing job. So thank you always to our wonderful sponsors here on the Bauer Sports Network. Before we get started, folks, on this wonderful night and before the national anthem and teams take the field, I'm going to turn it over to my color guy right here in the booth with me tonight, Mr. Casey Roderick, to give you tonight's starting lineups.
Okay, buddy. All right. For E.D. White on offense, senior Grant Barbera at quarterback. For tight end, number 13, Hayes Tabor, also a senior. Number 1, wide receiver, Chase Knockass, senior. Running back, number 4, Landon Babin, senior. Running back, Carter Douglas, number 6, senior. Number 27, running back, Owen English, is a junior, and he is also out there. Number 72, offensive tackle, Colton Duplantis, a freshman. Number 51, offensive guard, Harrison Onkow, is a junior. At center, Reggie Rodriguez, number 76, sophomore. The other guard, Sam Ewan, also a freshman, number 65. And then rounding out the offensive line, the big guys up front, offensive tackle, Hudson Semino, who is a senior, number 77. Then for the Cardinals on defense, at one defensive end, we have number 10, Alexander Perkle, who's a junior. Then defensive tackle, we have number 14, Luke Cortez. And number 74, defensive tackle, Owen Martinez. Other defensive end is Harrison Jones, number 44. And at linebackers, we have number 7, Charlie Dietrich. Number 25, Jonathan Lee. Number 12, Evan Arsimon. Number 9, free safety, Carter Myers. And then number 19, Ray Bergeron, the weak side safety. Our cornerbacks are number 23, Jackson Riche, and number 1, Chase Knockamp. So then let's move on to the special team unit for E.D. White. Number 25, Jonathan Lee is also going to be our punter and our field goal kicker and also kickoffs. Then let's move on to Lutcher's offensive line, offensive starters. At right tackle, number 66, Quantez Joseph. Number 73, right guard, Colin Hastings. At center, Logan Bourne. Left guard, Curtis Cotham. Left tackle, Jaden Michael. At wide receiver, we got Thomas Roussel, Johnny Jones, Markale Simon, Ashton Stark. And at running back, Jamelon Joseph. And at quarterback, Timmy Charles, number 11, the freshman that we had talked about earlier. On defense, all right, let me pull it up there. There we go. Oh, I got it messed up. Oh, okay. Yeah, so
Bear with us, folks. It's our first night back in the box.
Yeah. All right, so at defensive end, we got number 33, Dylan Webster. At the other defensive end, number 27, Elijah Fobb. At defensive tackle, number 72, Caden Parquette. Number 6, linebacker, Coy Ruiz. Also a linebacker, number 44, Dre Zabinski. Also a linebacker, Preston Arbuthnot. I think I got that right. And then our cornerbacks, number 12, Kenny Price. Number 26, Braden Krumholt. Number 9, Tremion Johnson. And number 1, Ashton Stark, who's playing double duty there, both offense and defense. And then number 4, safety, Derek Jackson. And then number 2 will be their place kicker and punter, Dylan Nuevo. I think I probably messed that one up.
Yeah, pretty good, Casey. You did a good job. Once again, guys, thank you all for joining us. This is Buddy Leday. I'm sure folks are just starting to tune in because it's almost game time. Our good friends Robbie Bauer and T. Ben Thompson, who do just a tremendous job with the Bauer Sports Network. The equipment that's here, Carl and the team, all the AV team just do a great job. Robbie and T. Ben are over at the LSU Vanderbilt game with their sons who are both at LSU now, and they should be. So they asked me and Casey to get together again. It's been a while, folks, so we'll be rusty for a minute. Casey and I used to do a little play-by-play and color on the KTIB radio dial. So going on TV might be a little bit different. We might be a little bit rusty, but we'll do the best we can to call a good game, have a good time, and bring a little action to your homes tonight between the E.D. White Cardinals and the Lutcher Bulldogs. So once again, thank you, T-Ben, Robbie, all you do for the community, E.D. White community especially, and all the folks out there who are watching. I know they greatly appreciate it, and we're just happy to be here and honored that you would ask us to take your place for one night, maybe two.
Yeah, buddy, you know, this is definitely a big step up for me because my mama used to always tell me I had the face for the radio.
Well, you still do, sir. Okay, so once again, we want to thank our sponsors, pregame sponsor, Claymore Family Dentistry, and Thibodeau Regional Health System, keeping you safely in the game. Once again, it's a beautiful night for football. 2 3-3 teams from the same district. I think this is the path to the district championship. This and the Vanderbilt game at the end of the season. Who wins this one kind of puts them in the driver's seat, and you're gonna pretty much decide your own fate at that point. You're gonna control it. So Edie White, it's a big game for them. Happy that it's home. It's really tough to play at Lutcher.
Yeah, definitely. All those trips across the river were definitely always some of the toughest on the schedule back in the day in the 90s. When we were in the same district with Lutcher. So yes, I definitely agree with that, buddy. Being here at home is definitely going to be a big plus for the Cardinals. But you know, hey, the Bulldogs that have come to play. You know, these guys are always here. There's some big fellows out there, big, strong, fast guys. So we'll definitely, I think we'll be seeing a pretty well matched up football game tonight. Offensively, you'll see two completely different schemes. The wing T. From Edie White, that the thing about Edie White and this ring T offense is they throw the ball out of it some. You know, they got a talented quarterback with a good arm. Speaking of, here come the Cardinals with a good arm who's able to sling the ball a little bit, and you've got some guys that are on the outside that are fast and they can get open and they can catch the football. You know, that's not something you always see coming out of the wing T. So that gives you some more things you can do with when you can utilize your weapons that way. So we know what to expect from that. And then with the spread offense that Lutcher plays, and like we spoke about earlier, a lot of multiple looks, do a lot of different things out of it. So it's really tough on the defense. So you definitely got to come in prepared when you're playing that kind of offense if you're the Cardinals.
So once again, we want to thank our sponsors, and one that I missed, and again, I'm a little rusty, guys. We're going to get there, is our starting lineup sponsor. Casey did a great job announcing tonight's starting lineups, and that was Headache and Pain Center. So thank you to our folks at Headache and Pain Center for those starting lineups.
Number 68, Logan Barnes, and number 72, Hayden Parfait. And for the Cardinals, number 4, Raymond Babin, and number 18.
So as the coin toss is coming up, we're going to turn it over to the announcer to make the call. This one's brought to you by our buddies at Rocco Dog Production. Thank you, Rocco. What a great shot from LaRon on the field. There's the toss, folks. Looks like the Cardinals won the toss. They'll defer, kick off the game, and the Lutcher Bulldogs will go ahead and receive.
To defer.
Captains for Edie White tonight were number 18, Seth Andrus, and number 4, Landon Babin. So we'll go ahead and stop talking here for a second before we get to the game and take our hats off and show some respect to our country and our God with a prayer and pledge brought to you by the students at Edie White Catholic High School.
And remain standing for the playing of our national anthem presented by the Edie White Cardinal Vanguard. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, for these two school teams, for the chance to study, to better understand the world around us, for the health to be here, for the thrill of a sporting contest, for individuals learning to play as a team, for minds honed by practice to peaks of excellence. Our Father, we thank you. Grant that we will not take days like this for granted. Give now each team the grace to play their best, to be a good sport, and to realize that win, lose, or tie, we all come away winners. These things we pray in the name of Jesus Christ, amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen.
Thank you to the Edie White Cardinal Vanguard for the beautiful rendition of the national anthem. And also tonight, wonderful showing of support from the local elementary school community, bands joining the Edie White Cardinal Vanguard for the national anthem. So it's a great thing for these young kids to be on the field in the bright Friday night lights with the Edie White Cardinal Vanguard.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, the Edie White Cardinal Vanguard is just off of a great showing, messing with the great state of Texas and Houston last weekend, where they swept their division in a festival.
Awesome, awesome. Look, Edie White, we're very proud to be the graduates of Edie White. Like Robbie and T-Ben say, this is a biased broadcast. We are Edie White folks. Our kids go there, and we're proud of the school. They do a great job in all they do, from athletics to the band, the cheerleaders, all the student extracurricular activities. So great job to the Edie White Cardinal Vanguard. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started. I know a few folks are just tuning in and wondering what's going on. Once again, my name is Buddy Leday, and I'm here with Casey Roderick. We'll be filling in tonight for T-Ben and Robbie, who are away at the LSU game with their sons, who are freshmen at LSU.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, sorry. Hey,
we're still a little rusty, guys. It's been a while since me and Casey have been in the booth, and we did a little radio back in the day, and this is different because instead of saying kicking from right to left on your radio dial, you can just see it. So kicking off for the Cardinals, number 25, Jonathan Lee does a great job, kicks it deep, many times touchback, but they're going to go ahead with the pooch kick tonight. Lee kicks it down to about the 20-yard line, taken by a Lutcher Bulldog there. And great play right there by the special teams at Edie White. Looked like number 44 for the Cardinals on the stop. That's Harrison Jones. Great job right there by Harrison Jones on that stop. Plays a little defense, gets in there on special teams as well. The Cardinal defense will take the field. Lutcher Bulldogs, once again, they're led by a freshman quarterback, Timmy Charles. So Timmy's just a freshman. Great, bright future ahead for that young man. Bulldogs will play a 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Oh, it's a fumble on the snap. Charles picks it up, and he is hit almost immediately. Great job by the Cardinal defense. Once again, Jones getting his name called for the second time tonight, along with 19 for the Cardinals. That's Ray Bajeron.
Yeah, hey, that's going to be a tough start for the Bulldogs there. First play of the game, and you've already got that kind of miscommunication between your center and your quarterback, and you're like way behind the sticks now. So it's that doesn't bode well for them tonight.
Charles back in the shotgun, playing a 2nd and 19 for the Lutcher Bulldogs. Beautiful night for football. It takes a low snap, looking to throw. He's got a man. Short yardage gain right there. Immediately stopped by the Cardinal defense. I believe that was Lee, number 25, who does the kicking on the field goals, extra points, also kicks off and plays a little middle linebacker.
Yeah,
so hell of an athlete.
As a middle linebacker, he's all over the field. He's got a really good job of moving from sideline to sideline there, and real good nose for football.
So they play a 3rd and 15 now, the Bulldogs. Charles back once again in the shotgun, takes a snap, looking to throw. He's got a man, and he falls down almost immediately. And on the pursuit right there, number 12 for the Cardinals, that was Preston Sternfeld. So Bulldogs, quick 4th down, great starting drive for the Edie White defense. And I know Coach Kyle is saying, Coach Chris Bajeron are very proud to start the game that way, especially against an explosive team like Lutcher.
Yeah, especially if they, you got to take what they give you, and if they're going to, start the game off with a couple of missteps like that and miscues, then you'll definitely take that.
Low snap on the punt, gets it away. Not a bad job by the punter. And Chase Notkin's going to let it go by, and 19 for the Cardinals goes ahead and scoops it up. Very dangerous play, but he gets it anyway, and that's Ray Bajeron. Scoops it up for the Cardinals. I'm sorry, that was Ray. Lutcher makes a stop, and the Cardinals will now take it over on a 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little miscommunication there by the two return specialists. Not really knowing. I think maybe they might have lost track of the ball in the air. The Cardinals were lucky to get that where they were, and that they didn't end up turning that ball over.
As always, want to continue to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. First quarter is brought to you by Claymore Family Dentistry. And just a little bit earlier, our coin toss by Rocco Dog Productions. Thank you, Rocco. So Grant Barbera's in at quarterback, takes this under center to take the first snap, pitches it back to Babin. Looks like number 6, he's got a little running room around the left side. And he is stopped past midfield. Great start to the game for the Edie White Cardinals.
Yeah, buddy, if you see, look, right here, right there, there's a good outside block on there. There was a seal. Gave him a really good alley to run up the ball through. And then he was able to get that ball for a good 20, 30-yard gain.
And that was actually 6, Carter Douglas.
Yeah.
The two running backs for E.D. White just play such a similar style, and they're both built similar, so you got to pay attention to those numbers as they take the ball. Barbera's going under center once again, looking to the sideline to possibly change the play. Again, folks, I'm going to give you a lot of play-by-play because that's what I'm used to on the radio, even though I know you guys can see it. So bear with us as we shake off the rust a little bit. Barbera gives to the fullback on that play. Short gain. And I know the nose tackle for Lutcher is going to be extremely disruptive tonight.
Yeah, but it's still important that, running the ball up the middle is such an important part of what you need to do to set other things up and when you're running this style of offense, that even though you know that big guy's going to be disruptive and you're going to have to get a nose on him and block him, you still have to keep running that ball up the middle, whether it's there or not right now. So you need to establish that early on in the game and still try to keep and feeding it to the fullback.
Cardinals will play a 2nd and 8 as Barbera going under center once again. One man in the backfield. And he's keeping it himself. Barbera, such a great athlete. He breaks away. He's across the 30, down across the 20. Ball comes loose, but that will be ground causing the fumble. So another great play by the Cardinals. On the replay, you'll see Barbera just has mastered this option. He's been in the system for so long now. It's such a deceptive play on that RPO. He keeps it on that one. Great athlete is Barbera and takes it across. And the Cardinals will play 1st and 10 now, threatening on their first drive of the game.
You know what that means, buddy?
Tell me.
We are in the Rico red zone.
We are in the Rico Red Zone. Thanks to our friend Ron Bourgeois and Mr. Byron Talbot. Rico Rental and Supply for all your rental needs. Once again, Barbera under center. He's keeping it again. Takes it on the right side that time. Short gain for about 3 yards. Brought down by a couple of Lutcher Bulldogs right there, led by number 4 for the Bulldogs. Looks like Derek Jackson.
Yeah, buddy, what I was saying right there again about the importance of trying to keep the ball running up the middle. You need to have the defense to be able to commit to that fake on an option. So right there, Barbera was able to get a good 4 yards off of it because of those defensive players crashing down on the first option man.
Barbera under center once again. One man in the backfield and 4 goes in motion. Fakes the pitch. Now he's going to go ahead and give it away. Around the left side. There you go. Cardinals score quickly. That's number 6 on the play, Carter Douglas, and they made it look real easy on that first drive of the night.
But you see, it takes a lot of guts to run this option. You see, he was right there. He almost took a big hit, and he still held on to the ball until the very last second, and he was able to make that pitch and get the ball out to Carter Douglas.
That touchdown brought to you by the touchdown guy, our friends at High Tide Consultants. There he is, folks. Guys, we got a lot of sponsors. Got a lot of sponsors, and I'm going to do my best to say them all. Lee's in for the extra point. It's up. And the stripes say it's good. And that extra point is also brought to you by High Tide Consultants, our friend Shane Ewan and the good folks there. Thank you for your sponsorship of Cardinal football. So a quick start for the Cardinals as they take it, march it down the field very quickly. Thank you, Dr. Bo Porsche, for being our kick and punt sponsor. Bo Porsche, he's got your back. Come see old Bo Porsche down at 2000 Audubon Avenue. Sweet B. Great guy, Dr. Bo Porsche.
He's a neighbor of yours. Anybody out there?
He's my neighbor, yeah, right next door to me. I got Sweet A, he's got Sweet B. Real good neighbor.
I think both of you guys are pretty sweet.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. So once again, if you're just tuning in for tonight's game, this game is brought to you by the Bauer Sports Network and all of their wonderful sponsors. But obviously, I am not Robbie Bauer, and my friend here is not T. Ben Thompson. My name is Buddy Leday. This is Casey Rodriguez, and we're filling in for our good buddies that do such a great job on a week-to-week basis. Again, folks, they don't like to give too much credit to themselves, but the amount of time and effort and equipment and sponsorships and the things that go into this broadcast, I'm blown away. Me and Casey used to do a little radio back in the day when it was KTIB, and we put some headphones on and we'd say a few words, but this is out of this world. So thank you to Robbie, T-Ben, and the team. Kicked it off as Jonathan Lee, and the return man for Lutcher bobbles it, and he's taken down immediately. Once again, great play on the special teams by the E.D. White Cardinals.
Yeah, and buddy, that's another miscue by the Bulldogs there with the football. You know, if they're not able to do a better job of protecting the football, it's going to turn into a long night for them. So, you know, let's see if the Cardinals are able to capitalize again on defense with the Bulldogs starting from not so great field position right now in the 18.
You know, it's got to be. I know Charles is a very athletic quarterback, but as a freshman to come here in a raucous environment, at Harvey Pelche Stadium in a big district game. Maybe a little bit of nerves early in the game with that early lost snap. So he's in shotgun once again, and he's throwing, looking for his man. Obviously incomplete there. Good pursuit by the Cardinal defense. The freshman is going to have a long night to this defense. Edie White plays assignment football. They always have. Coach Chris Bergeron it runs that defense, and he does such a tremendous job of making sure his guys are in position.
Yeah, even on that play just now, buddy. I mean, there was a little bit of separation between the receiver and the cornerback, but, even if he would have been able to catch that ball, it would have been for a minimal gain.
Once again from shotgun, gives it up the middle, and that's some positive gains for the Bulldogs. So best play of the night for Lutcher. Bruising running play right there. I believe that was number 8 for the Bulldogs. Number 8 for the Bulldogs is Cade Randall, unless I got that number right.
Should have went 0.
That was 0?
I think it might have been
Let's
0.
go with Jamelon Joseph.
Yeah.
0. Thank you. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be a few years ago.
We're a little further from the field than we used to be, buddy, now.
It's been about 18 years.
Yeah, we used to do it in the old stadium.
Yep. So that's 0 once again. That looks like Joseph. So they feed the hot hand, and he's stopped almost immediately by a host of Cardinals.
Yeah, Joseph's going to be a big part of that offense regardless. He's somebody they like to feed the rock to for those inside yards. And then also, buddy, it all builds from running the ball in between the tackles. The same as kind of what I was speaking earlier about with the wing T. With the spread, you still need to be able to run the ball.
Once again, they're going to stick to that shotgun. Good move right there by the receiver for Lutcher. Makes a man miss and picks up good yardage for a first down for the Bulldogs. That was number 1 for Lutcher, Ashton Stark. He plays both ways for the Bulldogs. So nice catch, nice run after the catch.
Yeah, Stark's probably the best athlete they have out of there on the field for Lutcher. He plays both ways. He's somebody they try to get the ball in his hands, whether it be through the air or on a sweep play. So we'll definitely be calling his name a lot tonight.
Terry Charles once again in shotgun, 1 man in motion, 2 in the backfield. He gives it away. That's number 1 for the Bulldogs. He got some run, makes a couple of men miss. That is Ashton Stark. He was in motion, took it on a quick pitch, as you can see, and nice positive play right there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and then look, you can see right here, they got 2 guards pulling there, getting out in front of the runner in space. The offensive linemen are a lot bigger than the cornerbacks, so that's a mismatch when you can able to block the big guys with the smaller guys.
Terry Charles pitches it out quickly to his running back, Joseph, once again. Nice stop right there for the Cardinals. Short gain, but still positive yards. Looked like number 9 right there. That was Carter Myers on the stop. Carter Myers coming up from his safety position to make that stop for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and looks like a defensive standout there. Charlie Dietrich, a little shaken up and having to come off the field. Looks like he's moving on his own power, but he's limping a little bit. So hopefully he can get back out there quickly.
Yeah, Charlie's a great kid. Cooked the pregame meal today for the Cardinals, and he was the first one to come up to me and thank me for doing it. He's a great athlete and a great kid, so get back on the field quickly there, Charlie. We need you. Once again, Charles back in his shotgun position. They're going almost exclusive shotgun tonight, all the Bulldogs, and you see a lot of that in the spread offense. And he's going to go ahead with the keep, and that's not going to work very well. Maybe a couple of yards. So the Bulldogs will go ahead and play a third and about 3 yards after that one.
Yeah, real good job of team tackling there by a conclave of Cardinals up the middle of the defense.
Absolutely. Looks like one of those defensive linemen, man, so we'll try to get y'all some numbers. Sternfels came up, but I think 74 for the Cardinals was also in on that.
That's Owen Martinez.
Owen Martinez.
Yeah, one of the defensive tackles, junior.
Charles takes a snap. And it's Joseph, and he's got a first down. Nice run right there by Joseph. A lot of Cardinals get in on that one, but he's still on his feet, folks. He's still going. Powerful running play right there. You said it earlier, Casey, that this guy's going to be a big part of the offense, and so far he absolutely is.
Yeah, he did a really good job of keeping his feet moving there and keeping him driving through the pile. Even though there were, half the Cardinal defense seemed to be there trying to tackle him, he did a really good job of powering through there and picking up a lot of extra yardage after contact.
That's a first down for the Lutcher Bulldogs. Edie White marched down the field quickly on their first drive after a great defensive stand. And now it looks like Lutcher's kind of settling in a little bit. Let's see if the Cardinals can make a stop. Charles taking the snap and giving it right away. I believe that might have been Joseph once again. No, that was not Joseph. That is 6 for the Bulldogs. Boy Ruiz.
And it was number 44.
I believe that's Jones.
Harrison Jones on the tackle.
Harrison
Yes.
Jones. Yep.
He did a really good job of sniffing that play out and getting right there and meeting the runner right in the hole.
So the Cardinals need to get a stop here. 2nd and 9. The Lutcher Bulldogs playing from the Cardinal 20-yard line. Great crowd tonight here at Harvey Pelche Stadium. Charles throws it. It's a forward pass.
Yeah.
Almost backwards. Almost got a big break right there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that
but
was
the
real
ball's
close to being a
incomplete.
lateral.
Ball's incomplete.
Yeah, that's why it's so dangerous to have those swing passes. So sometimes, you know, if you can't make that connection, if you're not being sure to throw that ball forward, it can easily be a fumble. It can go back 6 the other way quickly.
I tell you what, if they keep this tempo up all day long, the Cardinals better be ready to go, conditioned
yeah.
well. I mean, I know they have one of the best conditioning programs in the state, but it definitely needs to show tonight because Lutcher is bringing the pace. Charles takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's got a man who's got a little bit of running room. He's got a lot of running room. He's into the end zone. Is number 1 for the Lutcher Bulldogs, Jamelon Joseph.
Yeah, he did a really good job of making a couple of guys miss there. He's got some shifty moves there. Look at this. And look, he's got some defenders that found themselves a little out of position, not really breaking down to make the tackle, over pursued a little bit, and he took advantage of it.
Looks a little Jarvis Landry-esque from back in the day at Lutcher. They got great receivers and great athletes all the time.
A lot of we know that there's great talent always coming out of off the river there.
The Bulldogs go ahead and attempt the extra point, try to tie this one up. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 4 minutes and 23 seconds left to play here in the first quarter, we are all knotted up at 7-7. We want to thank our first quarter sponsor. That's Claymore Family Dentistry once again. Also want to thank some of our early game sponsors today who got us started. Our starting lineups were brought to us by Headache and Pain Center. Our pregame commercial, Thibodeau Regional Health Systems, keeping you safely in the game. Our coin toss, Rock Dog Productions. Thank you, Rocco, once again. And this quarter, Claymore Family Dentistry. Also want to thank Center for Pediatric Therapy for all they do and for the sponsorship of tonight's game. And Dr. Bo Porsche on that kick. He's got your back. Dr. Bo Porsche, 2000 Audubon Avenue, Suite B in Thibodeau. Thank you, Dr. Bo Porsche. So the Bulldogs will go ahead and kick it off from left to right. That's number 2 for the Bulldogs. Not a terrible kick right there. Goes down to about the 10-yard line of the Cardinals. And looks like for Edie White was at 28, I think it might have been. Let's see. Trying to get a name for the Cardinal that took that return. That was 29. 29 for the Cardinals. That's that Cale Passman?
Yes, it is.
All right. Go ahead, Cale. Cale Passman on the return. 10th grade running back. Go ahead, Cale. Good to see you on the field, buddy. All right, so the Cardinals go ahead and play a 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. 4 minutes and 17 seconds left to play here in the first. All knotted up, 7-7. Grant Barbera is going to take it under center once again to lead this Cardinal offense. Fakes the give and goes with the pitch, and it is sniffed out immediately by the Lutcher defense. Nice play right there by Lutcher on the pitch play by Edie White.
Yeah, they did a really good job of just staying home on that, not falling for the fake earlier. Barbera pitched it out, and they were right there to make the tackle in the backfield.
You know, one of the things about this triple option, you got to be disciplined, and it's very hard to get stuck quickly. But
timing. A lot of timing is key on being successful in this offense.
Barbera once again under center. Dropping back, he's looking to pass, and he doesn't see a man, so he's going to tuck it and go. Grant picks up a couple of positive yards right there, so the Cardinals are going to be playing a 3rd and long, about 8 yards.
Yeah, I mean, that was smart from Barbera to try to at least make something out of there because he didn't have anything down the field that was really well covered by Lutcher.
Once again, this first quarter brought to you by Claymore Family Dentistry. Thank you to our friends at Claymore Family Dentistry. Cardinals will now play a 3rd and 8 on their own 34-yard line. So let's see if we can get that momentum back here. It shifted quickly there. after the first 2 drives. Barbera's dropping back to pass, looking downfield to throw, and just undershoots his intended receiver right there. That was number 80 for the Edie
Buddy,
White
I think they're
Cardinals.
calling that a catch. They're saying he caught it.
They saying he caught it.
Let's see the replay.
Do my eyes deceive me?
Yeah, Carl's going to try to slow it down for us there. It looks like he got his hands underneath it, and the ball didn't touch the ground, and he did a really good job of keeping his concentration and getting underneath that football.
Yeah, that was number 80 if that catch does hold up.
It's Parker Adams.
Parker Adams.
That's a heck of a – oh, no.
They're going to call it incomplete.
They're saying it's incomplete, yeah.
My eyes did not deceive me there, Casey.
Yeah, no, I mean, at first I thought it was definitely hit the turf as well, but it was he did a really good job otherwise from keeping concentration and trying his best to get that ball.
So back deep to kick it away. Jonathan Lee, our middle linebacker / kicker punter. Kick brought to you by Dr. Bo Porsche. He gets a boot on it. Not a very good kick. I think Lutcher might have even got a hand on that one. But it does get a good positive roll for the Cardinals down to the Lutcher 39-yard line, where the Bulldogs are going to be taking it over a 1st and 10 here with 2:36 left in this first quarter, brought to you by Claymore Family Dentistry.
Oh, look, we're going to get a replay here from the yeah, still can't really get a good look and see if the ball hit the turf yet.
Yeah.
But it was definitely close.
Great shot right there, LaRon, our sideline cameraman, getting that shot. But it was a close one. Almost was too close to call, but, you know, those officials down there do not have that replay, so they do the best they can, and we appreciate them for being out here on Friday nights, calling these games for these young men so that the game could continue to grow. Charles goes back into the shotgun formation, which they have been in all night long. Cardinal defense really needs to make a quick stop right here, and it's fumbled on the snap. Joseph picks it up, gains a couple of yards. Not a bad play considering how it started for the Lutcher Bulldogs.
Yeah, that could have definitely gone a lot worse for Lutcher. Really heads-up play by Charles to just pick it up and try to get as much as he could with it. He ends up with about a 2-yard gain.
2nd and 8 now for the Bulldogs. It's exactly what we thought it would be. Nobody's going to run away with this one. It's very close, back-and-forth game, fast-moving. First quarter's moving real quickly. Charles takes the snap, and he's picking up a couple of 4 or 5 yards. Nice run right there by the freshman. Stopped, it looks like, for the Cardinals, was that 44. That was Jones. Once again, he's getting his name called a lot tonight, is Harrison Jones.
Yeah, he had a couple of Cardinal defenders that he was dragging by with him, so a good, really hard run by the quarterback there from Lutcher.
Big play right here for the Edie White Cardinals in this first quarter. Tied up with a minute and a half to play. Lutcher's going to go ahead and play a 3rd and 3 from their own 46-yard line. Once again, this first quarter brought to you by Claymore Family Dentistry. Also want to give a shout out to our friends at Grafton Dermatology. Thank you, Dr. Grafton. Charles takes the snap, and he is stopped almost immediately. He's staying on his feet. He's continuing to fight. Heck of a fight right there by the freshman quarterback, but he's brought down by whole bunch of Edie White Cardinals. I think leading the way right there for Edie White was number 10. That's Alex Perkle.
Yeah, hey, real tough, hard running by him. I'm really impressed by the way this kid runs. He's a hard runner. But there were just too many Cardinals out there for him to be able to pick up that first. But it looks like the Bulldogs are going to stay out there and try to go for it on 4th down with about 2 yards to go. Probably be the last play of the first quarter here as well.
As time continues to tick, Bulldogs going to go for it here on this short 4th and 2. Charles gives it to a big fullback, number 6, and it's stopped right away by Edie White. Heck of a play right there, especially by the middle linebacker, and that's a defensive stop right there for the Edie White Cardinals. And that defensive line for Edie White led the way, a whole bunch of them. Alex Perkle, Harrison Jones, Charlie Dietrich, a bunch of those guys were in on that play. Big stop for the Edie White Cardinals, and they'll take over a 1st and 10 in Lutcher territory. So Lutcher took a chance, and it didn't pay out for the Bulldogs. So let's see if the Edie White Cardinals can capitalize.
Yeah, the Cardinals offense is going to take over a really good field position here at inside on their side of the 50. So let's hopefully they can capitalize here.
And Barbera's going under center again. He fakes the give and picks up about 3 yards right there. I'll take that positive yardage on 1st down.
Yeah, I think it might be closer to 4, buddy. But yeah, that was good hard running by Barbera up the middle. He's a tough kid. He's got a really good field of vision there. Found a hole, followed his blockers through it, and did a really good job of picking up 4 yards for the last play of the first quarter.
And that was the last play of the first quarter. And I want to give a little shout out to the offensive line for E.D. White on that play. I'll tell you what, that nose tackle for Lutcher is a big boy. And these guys on the O-line, the big guys for E.D. White, have done a great job opening up holes for Barbera all year long. And that was a really good play right there by the offensive line of E.D. White. So once again, we want to give shout out to our sponsors who are all here with us tonight, putting this broadcast together for you. That first quarter was Claymore Family Dentistry. Also shout out to our friends at Thibodeau Regional, Artho LA, Grafton Dermatology. Also, let's hear it for your parish president, Mitch Orgeron. President Orgeron is proud to support the Cardinals, the fans who make Friday nights under the lights so special. Together, we are building a stronger Lafourche on and off the field. Go Cardinals, from parish president, Mitch Orgeron. We're going to go ahead and take you into the second quarter now, and this one's going to be brought to you by Southland Drugs. Southland Drugs right here in Thibodeau for all your pharmaceutical needs. Great folks at Southland Drugs, where you go and they know you by name and you don't have to wait in line. So thank you, Southland Drugs, for your sponsorship of tonight's broadcast. Once again, folks, my name is Buddy Leday. This is Casey Roderick joining me tonight. Clearly, I am not Robbie Bauer and he is not T. Ben Thompson, but we're doing the best we can. It's been a while since we've been up here in the box, so hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast. We're knocking the rust off a little bit and we're having a good time. Barbera takes the snap under center, drops back, throws it quickly to Nakan. Nakan has a little bit of space, takes it for a first down, and that first down brought to you by Family Doctor Clinic. The good docs at Family Doctor Clinic, thank you so much for your sponsorship. Chase Nakan, if he sees a little space, he's a fast one, and he's very hard to catch.
And not just that, great acceleration from the kid, and he took that, he grabbed the ball and took that turn upfield so quickly. And that's why it's so hard to tackle. The only thing that stopped him was the stepping out of bounds there.
So great start to the drive right there by the Cardinals. First down on that first possession. Barbera takes the snap, pitches it quickly. That's his running back for Landon Babin. Picks up maybe 2 yards right there to start this second quarter, which once again is brought to you by Southland Drugs Pharmacy.
And that was a really good job for number 4, the safety, Derek Jackson from Lutcher, who came up and sniffed that play out real quickly and stopped that from being a much bigger game than it could have been.
So the Cardinals will play a 2nd and 10 now at the start here of the second quarter, in what's been a fast-paced game, tied up 7-7. Barbera gives it quickly to his fullback. That looks like 27 for the Cardinals.
English up the middle, he gains 8.
Owen English. First time we call Owen's name tonight. Nice run on his first shout out. And he picks up about 7 yards. So the Cardinals will play a 3rd and 3 now. Or we'll call it 2, actually. Harrison Jones comes in to block, kind of a blocking tight end. And Barbera once again will go under center with 27 English in the backfield. English getting the call and the nod once again, and it looks like he has the first down, Casey. And it also looks like we have reached the inside the 20-yard line in the Rico Red Zone, sponsored by our good friends at Rico Rental and Supply. Thank you so much to Ron Bourgeois, Byron Talbot, and the good folks from Rico Rental and Supply. So not only is that the Rico Red Zone, that's also a first down brought to our first down sponsor, Family Doctor Clinic. Grant Barbera under center. He's going to go ahead and take the snap. Looking to keep it this time. No, he's going to go ahead and pitch it away. Pick up of about 5 yards. That was timed very well. Carter Douglas took the pitch, 5 yards. Dangerous pitch, but you know what? It worked out well for the Cardinals.
Yeah, hey, and look, again, props to Barbera for holding on to the ball as long as he could and waiting until the last second to make that pitch. And that's that allowed them to pick up an extra 2 or 3 yards after he pitched the ball out there.
The Cardinals are now going to play a 2nd and 6. They are in the Rico Red Zone. Right about, I'd say, what, the 16-yard line? Yeah, let's call it that. Oh, yeah, about the 16-yard line. Scoreboard didn't quite update yet. Barbera pitches it back. Is that 6? Yep, that's 6 for the Cardinals. Carter Douglas. Looks like the ball came loose. Lutcher saying they have it. Let's check this replay, folks. Ball does come out. Waiting for a call from the officials. It looks like they're going to say he was down by contact, so Bobera's getting on the
Yeah, I
center
think
quickly
the
to
ball-
try and get
yeah,
the snap off.
The ground caused that fumble.
And once again, Bobera's going to look to the sidelines. This broadcast, guys, the replays that we're getting up here is just phenomenal. I'm having a hard time adjusting to be able to look right here on the screen and see what's going on. I'm looking down on the field, but just a tremendous camera work by our team here. Bobera gives it, or did he keep on that one?
Yeah,
he kept on
yeah.
that one.
Yeah, there was a good push from the Bulldog defensive line there up the middle. He wasn't able to get his footing, really blew up the play, and he wasn't able to get going anywhere quick.
So the Cardinals are now looking at a 4th and roughly 3 yards to play here in the second quarter. All knotted up 7-7. So big play for the E.D. White Cardinals. Thank you to our sponsor, TBT Contracting, our good friend T-Ben Thompson. And some motion on the offensive line for the Cardinals. Looked like something threw off 64 there. Maybe a little bit of Lutcher calling the snap from the other side of the line, but no call on the play, so it's going to back them up a few yards, and they're going to go ahead and attempt this field goal. So Jonathan Lee's going to come in. He's going to be attempting a 35-yard kick. So let's see. We know he's got the leg. Let's see if he's got the accuracy on this one. It's up. He's got plenty of leg for sure, and it's good. That special teams extra point kick, and field goal was brought to you by Dr. Bo Porsche, chiropractor. He's got your back. Thank you, Dr. Bo Porsche. So great kick right there by Jonathan Lee. This guy's impressive, man. He plays defense, he kicks, he does it all, and he's an animal out there in the field. Plays with a lot of intensity. So great kick right there by Lee, and he's going to get right back on the field right now and kick it off. Once again, want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Dr. Bo Grafton, Dermatology and Cosmetic Surgery. Thank you, Dr. Bo Grafton. Also, thank you to Southland Drugs, our second quarter sponsor. Thank you so much. Also, to Parish President Mitch Orgeron. Parish President Orgeron is proud to support the Cardinals and the fans who make Friday nights under the lights so special. Together, we're building a stronger Lafourche on and off the field. Go Cardinals! Also, show your Cardinal pride with an E.D. White Cardinals slushie. Spirit Slush, at Sonic, your local Sonic. Stop by Thibodeau Sonic, indulge yourself in a Cardinal Slush, and a percentage of the sales will be donated to E.D. White Catholic High School. Cardinal fans, once again, thank you for joining us tonight on the Bauer Sports Network. Jonathan Lee just kicked a 35-yard field goal to take a 10-7 lead, and he's now going to go ahead and kick it off from left to right, taking it about the 15-yard line. I think that's what they were worried about, right? So the pooch kick was the strategy to try to keep it out the hands of the dangerous return men for Lutcher. 21 took it at about the 20-yard line, broke it free, showed some tremendous speed, takes it into the end zone. That's Jace Farragood.
Yeah, so we can see here with the replay, did a really good job of just finding a hole, a little seam that opened up there in the coverage. And then as soon as he went through it, there wasn't really any Cardinals between him and the end zone, and nobody was able to catch him.
So they tried the pooch kick. Obviously, our special teams coordinator saw something in film. They didn't want to kick it deep. They went with that strategy instead. I don't know if they moved Farragut to that position knowing that the pooch was coming, or if he's just that good of a man and he's actually not their deep guy.
Yeah,
but,
I think
but
that's
he
what it
showed
was,
some
buddy.
tremendous
Yeah.
movement and speed on that play, and once he broke it away, he got into the end zone. That gives Lutcher a lead of 14-10 over the Cardinals out right here with 8 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Thank you again to our sponsors, TBT Contracting, our friend T-Ben Thompson. Thank you for all you do for the Bauer Sports Network and for E.D. White. Also want to thank Grafton Dermatology and Cosmetic Surgery. Thank you, Dr. Bo Grafton and team. Ortho LA for all your orthopedic surgery needs. Some of the greatest orthopedic surgeons in the region are over at Ortho LA. Parish President Mitch Orgeron, great supporter of the E.D. White Cardinals and all of the parish teams. Mitch Orgeron, your parish president, says go Cardinals and go Lafourche Parish. Thank you to our parish president. And Sonic of Thibodeau, where you could get the School Spirit Slush, where a percentage of the proceeds go to E.D. White Catholic High School. Cardinals will take the kick. It's a line drive kick on the ground, goes out of bounds. So let's see if Coach asks him to kick it again, or he'll take the field position on this one. Close game, as we said. It's moving really, really quickly. Two good teams, a lot of speed on both sides of the football. It's exactly what we thought it would be.
Yeah, buddy, if this keeps going at this time, we'll be home in time to be in bed and watch the local news.
Yeah, well, a little Friday night football maybe. Unfortunately, we won't be watching it with our good friend Ed Daniels. Ed was a friend, good guy, did some nice things always, and every Friday night I think about going home and watching Ed Daniels on Friday night football, going too soon. Grant Barbero take it under center once again, number 5 for the Edie White Cardinals, the senior leader. He takes the snap, pitches, looking for his man. That's Douglas. Carter Douglas is stopped after about a 1-yard game. So the Edie White Cardinals are going to stick to this triple option and keep on running it and running it and running it. And eventually, the way it works, something's going to happen. There's a timing thing, and we've seen it so many times with the Edie White offense. Grant Barbera runs it to perfection, so it's just a matter of time before they break one.
Yeah, again, that was a really good job of getting number 4, the safety from Lutcher, coming up there and blowing that play up.
Barbera gives this time. That's 27 for the Cardinals. Owen English getting a few calls tonight for Edie White. A little bit more of the bruising back for the Cardinals. You got Douglas Babin kind of sweeping around on the rights and the edges, and then you got 27 for the Cardinals, English, who could take it up the middle.
Looks like Edie White's going to run with a little tempo here and go a little quicker. Oh, no.
3rd and 3 for the Cardinals here with 7 minutes left to play in this second quarter, which is brought to you by Southland Drugs Pharmacy here in Thibodaux. Thank you, Southland Drugs. 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Cardinals trail 14-10 to the Lutcher Bulldogs. English, fake to English. I was strict on that one myself. He gives the pitch and looks like a first down. That was Landon Babin, took the pitch, made one man miss, and the Cardinals have a first down. That first down brought to you by a first down sponsor, Family Doctor Clinic. Thank you to our friends at Family Doctor Clinic, some of the best primary care physicians in the region, Houma and Thibodaux, and Morgan City, I believe. Family Doctor Clinic. Thank you so much to Family Doctor Clinic. Wonderful folks there who've been serving the community for many, many years.
Yeah, and buddy, again, number 4, the safety came up and was one of the ones that first to make the tackle on the run. If he keeps committing to the run that way, that might allow us to throw the ball over top. So that might be what Edie White's trying to do here.
Barbera fake the pitch to one side, keeps it himself. I don't know if that was a busted play or designed. It looked a little different, but hey, positive yards, about 6 right there for Grant Barbera. And so the Cardinals are moving the ball, and let me tell you, Casey, I think they have to. They've fallen behind 14-10. They want to have that lead going into halftime. So running a little clock, things are moving real quickly. Let's get 7 on the board right here, take it into the house with a little bit of a lead at halftime.
Yeah, buddy, and look, right now, the Cardinals have a very young offensive line. We're starting 1 sophomore and 2 freshmen, a junior and a senior, and they are trusting those big guys up front to run the ball behind them.
I always want to give credit to those O-linemen. They work so hard and don't get any recognition for us. So thank you, Casey, for that. Shout out to those guys. English takes the carry, and he's really close to the first down for the Cardinals. Let's see if we got a measurement coming out. No, they're going to say it's going to be 3rd down, but 3rd down and not too many. Once again, this second quarter brought to you by Southland Drugs Pharmacy. Thank you to Southland Drugs for sponsoring this wonderful broadcast of the Bauer Sports Network. 5.5 minutes left to play, and the clock keeps on ticking. Cardinals trail the Lutcher Bulldogs 14-10. It's exactly what we expected. Fast moving, very well balanced offense, defense, both sides of the ball playing well for both teams. Barbera keeps, and I believe he does have that first down. Great job by Barbera picking up the short yardage, and that first down brought to you by a first down sponsor, Family Doctor Clinic. Thank you again to Family Doctor Clinic for your sponsorship of Cardinal football on the Bauer Sports Network.
Yeah, and again, Barbera did a really good job of trusting his offensive line, holding on to that ball the last second. And then once he saw that the defense was biting in on that on the fullback, he held on to it, tucked it, and ran it, and picked up the first down.
Cardinals will be playing a 1st and 10 ball on the Lutcher 43-yard line. Barbera drops back to pass. He's looking for his man. No, he had him, just underthrew him just a little bit, intended for 8 for the Cardinals, Cole Bodian. And I know Barbera would love to have that one back.
Yeah, he just underthrew that a little bit. Bodian was able to find a little soft spot in the zone there, right over the middle. Just wasn't able to connect on the throw, but it was a really well-designed play for the Cardinals that really could have been a very positive play if they were able to connect.
So the Cardinals will play a 2nd and 10 now. From the Lutcher Bulldog 43, they trail 14-10, 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the second quarter. Barbera under center. He's staying under center tonight, not dropping back very much. Gives it to English for a very, very short gain. Nice job right there by the Lutcher Bulldog defensive line.
Yeah, again, that was blown up by the big nose tackle, 4-year starter. And that he's very disruptive. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't find his name. Yes.
Yeah. But those guys are big and strong up front, and they're very experienced as well. So, again, Lutcher is always going to bring it, and it's no different this year. They have great skill positions, always strong on the defensive line. So Eady White's going to have their hands full. We knew that, and we're getting exactly what we thought we would. Barbera now, he's going to get back in the shotgun. Hadn't done it much tonight, but he's doing it now. Looking to throw, and he could sling it a little bit. It's downfield, got his man. That's Nakhan. That's his #1 target. Chase Nakhan. Nakhan's got some wheels. Found a seam across the middle. Great play, great pass, great catch, great protection by the offensive line.
Well, I mean, they did hold on to the ball. They did protect him a little bit, but they did let some guys get through. Grant did a really good job of throwing that ball with some pressure in his face, and was still able to find his man downfield.
Wonderful play right there by the Cardinals. Big first down for Eady White. And they'll now play a 1st and 10 from the Rico Red Zone. Thank you to our friends at Rico Rental and Supply for sponsoring our Red Zone. Oh, in English around the left side. Great positive yards right there on first down. I think he might have another first down. And those first downs are brought to you by Family Doctor Clinic. Thank you again to our first down sponsor, Family Doctor Clinic.
Another Cardinal first down.
Bring it down to the 9-yard line of that Rico Red Zone once again. Thank you to our sponsor, Rico Rental and Supply, the Red Zone sponsor, and also to our second quarter sponsor, Southland Drugs. Barbera goes under center once again for the Eady White Cardinals. Takes a snap, and he's going to keep it around the left side. Picks up about 4 yards. Not a bad play on first down.
Yeah, they tried to move it over there on the left side of the running right off tackle, but didn't really get a whole lot, but was able to get a couple of yards, like you said.
And I see Coach Dwayne Jenkins and the Lutcher Bulldogs are going to call a timeout. I thought this was coming because it does sort of look like they're wearing them down a little bit right now. So Eady White is having their way in this drive with the Lutcher Bulldogs. And we now have a timeout, and that timeout is brought to you by our timeout sponsor, Wanko Law Firm. Thank you to the Wanko Law Firm for tonight's sponsorship of your timeouts on the Bauer Sports Network.
Yeah, that's real important for Eady White's defense as well, that the offense be out there, sustain a drive, especially going into the halftime. They spent a lot of time out on the field so far chasing after this offense. If they can get those guys a little rested up going into the halftime, that would be really good for them in the second half.
Beautiful night here at Harvey Pelche Stadium, Yaki Bernard Field on the campus of Eady White Catholic High School. Once again, I'm Buddy Leday here with Casey Roderick. We're taking the place tonight of the wonderful T. Ben Thompson and Robbie Bauer, who are away at the LSU game with their boys who are attending LSU, as they should be. And we're happy to be here, honored that they would ask us to take their place. It's been about 18 years since Casey and I have been up here in the box on KTIB radio. So we're trying to knock the rust off, have a good time doing it on this beautiful night in the fall for some football between two great teams in the Eady White Cardinals and the Lutcher Bulldogs. We got some great sponsors here on the Bauer Sports Network. Ortho LA, thank you again for all you do. Some of the best orthopedic surgeons in the region. And Southland Drugs for sponsoring our second quarter. Thank you to Parish President Mitch Ogeron as well. Barbera takes under center. He's going to keep it stopped very quickly by the defensive line of Lutcher. I believe that was Parquette getting through pretty quickly there. No, that was actually 47 for the Lutcher Bulldogs. That is Bo Guzman, the linebacker.
Yeah, he was in there right away, just able to just not let that play get started. Barbera had nowhere to go.
So Coach Wayne Jenkins could take another timeout. That timeout brought to you by Wanko Law Firm. Thank you, Steve Wanko and the Wanko Law Firm, for your sponsorship. Coach Jenkins is seeing his guys getting worn down a little bit, but he's also playing a little clock management right now. I think he sees 2:50 left on the clock, 2:51 actually. They're up 14-10. The Cardinals are threatening here on a 3rd and 6. I think he wants to make sure that they have a good play. They can stop him here. Eady White kicks a field goal. They take the lead in the halftime, and also that they get the ball one more time to maybe put some extra points on the board.
Yeah, definitely. You want to make sure you give yourself a little bit of time. You got some really good athletes out there with that spread formation that you run. Some guys you can get the ball out to in space, so you can definitely try to get some points on the board after Eady White probably gets at least 3 here, unless something happens, or hopefully that they're able to get the ball in the end zone. But you definitely want to be able to try to kind of go punch on that as you have so far with the scoring.
But Barbera's going to take it in shotgun right here on the 3rd and 5 for the Cardinals. Fakes the give, drops back, looking to run. Doesn't have much going there. Maybe a gain of 1, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see which way it's going.
Yeah, it wasn't really anywhere for Barbera to go. That play kind of didn't develop the way the offense wanted it to. There was a lot of pressure from the defense.
That's going to be on the offensive line. A little motion there before the snap. Let's see if Coach Jenkins will back him up a little bit, and the Cardinals will have to replay 3rd down.
I'm sure he'll elect it. He'll decline that and let them kick.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it looks like they were backing up, but that would not be the atypical call.
Right.
So yeah, the Cardinals will now play a 4th down, 5 to go, and they'll send in the field goal unit. This extra point field goal rather, brought to you by Dr. Bo Porsche, chiropractor. Thank you, Dr. Bo Porsche. Jonathan Lee coming in to kick the field goal. That's about a 22-yarder for Lee. He's definitely got the leg. Let's see if he's got the accuracy. The kick is up. Looks good from here, and it is. So, Cardinals put some points on the board. 2:40 left. Wait, we got a flag on the play, Casey. We got a flag on the play, so let's see which way this goes. If it moves the Cardinals up a little bit, and they might take some points off the board, or if they decide to go ahead and keep the points on the board. Actually, no, it looks like it's against the Cardinals.
Oh, it's a personal foul against Lutcher. That's going to give us a whole new set of downs.
That's an automatic 1st down for the Cardinals. I don't know what happened on that one. A lot of times field goal extra point, there's a personal foul if you hit the center or jumping over the center. It might have been something like that. Anything like that, they'll usually throw it. I didn't see anything that stood out as a personal foul.
No.
So, yeah, that might have been what it was, and the Cardinals will take advantage, we hope. They'll play 1st and goal now from the 3-yard line in that Rico red zone.
And that means, once again, we are in the Rico red zone.
I think I just said that.
I had it teed up, and you said it before I had a chance to.
Well, I appreciate the wonderful backup. I'm getting used to these sponsors, man. I'm almost wearing people out, I think, with it, but I'm trying not to. Just trying to give publicity where it's due. That one is to English. He's in the end zone for the Cardinals. And so they get the personal foul. They get the ball back. Critical mistake for the Lutcher Bulldogs because Edie White's going to take advantage, and they do. Edie White takes the lead now, 16-14, 2:38 with the Bo Porsche Chiropractic extra point coming up right there. That is a touchdown brought to you by High Tide Consultants. Mr. Shane Guin, the touchdown guy. Lee made his 22-yard field goal. Let's see if he can make his extra point. Snap is back. Chase Nakis hold down. Kick is up. And it is good. A little wobbly, but it made it through the uprights. Good kick right there by Jonathan Lee. And Coach Coliseum will take it. So the Lutcher Bulldogs commit a critical personal foul right there before halftime. Cardinals get the 1st down and take it in. Owen English takes it in on the very next play. And that gives the Cardinals a 17-14 lead in this 2nd quarter, brought to you by Southland Drugs Pharmacy. Thank you again to Southland Drugs.
Yeah, buddy, in a game like this, it's critically important if you're the Cardinals, when the other team is going to make a mistake like that you definitely have to capitalize on it. And if you're able to put points on the board, especially going into halftime when you're going to try to get that momentum going, that is very crucial and key from an offensive standpoint. And there was really good play call there, right up the middle, ran right behind some of those young guys we talked about up front, and was able to push the ball in the end zone.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Owen English. Edie White's had a history of these bruising fullback, up the middle type guys. English is kind of making a name for himself in this game for sure. He's had some good plays so far this year, but I'm liking the way he's running the football with authority, and he seems to be the one player that Lutcher's having a little bit of difficulty with so far.
Yeah, he definitely packed his lunch pail today, and he came to work, and he's out there and he's punishing this really big and strong front from the Lutcher Bulldogs on defense.
Jonathan Lee's kick goes down to about the 10-yard line. Let's see if our special teams can make a stop this time, and they do. Great pursuit right there by the Cardinals. That's number 15 for Edie White. Quinn Sternfels, rather. Good stop by Sternfels. And, I think the special teams coordinator for Edie White said, do not let them break a play again this time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same kid that was able to break that one earlier. And so they did a really good job of pursuit there and making sure everybody stayed in their lanes and didn't give him that opening to turn on the Jets and go for 6 again.
Sternfels makes a great play. That Sternfeld's name's been synonymous with good athletes at Edie White over the years, and he's no different. 15 for Edie White makes a great pursuit on that kickoff. Lutcher will take it over now. Ball on the 29-yard line. Playing a 1st and 10 with 2:33 left here in the second quarter. The freshman quarterback for Lutcher, number 11, Timmy Charles, back in shotgun once again in that traditional spread offense that they run. Looking to throw on 1st down to number 1. That's Ashton Stark, and he's tackled almost immediately. I believe that was Carter Myers, number 9 on that stop.
Yeah, Myers was in there also.
No, that was actually 23.
Yeah.
23, I'm sorry. Jackson Riche. Jackson Riche for the Cardinals on the stop. So good to call Jackson's name right there on 1st down. Short game for the Lutcher Bulldogs. So they'll play about a 2nd and 8 on their own 31-yard line. 2 minutes here to play in the second quarter, brought to you by Southland Drugs. Timmy Charles takes a snap, takes the run, and goes ahead and throws it once again. That's number 1. He's breaking a couple of tackles. Ashton Stark showing good breakaway speed, pushed out of bounds across the 50-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for the Lutcher Bulldogs, and they're moving the football with 1:50 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and look, heads up to the quarterback there because he took a hit from Lee right there. He was up in his face and he really punished him, but he was able to stand in there, make the set his feet, make the throw, and had this big gain here.
And that was number 1. That was number 1, Chase Knocking on the stop. Jace plays both sides of the ball. My understanding is he's pretty much the fastest guy on the team, or is the fastest guy on the team, and they need that speed. He steps up and does a great job. Timmy Charles dropping back to pass, escaping a little bit of pressure right there. No hold called on that one, but it could have been close, as looked like it was Harrison Jones had the pursuit. He was tripped up in the backfield, and Timmy Charles broke it away for a little bit of a game.
Yeah, hey, buddy, that was a great play. But we got to mention that the band dads here from the concession stand just brought up what I could only describe as a smorgasbord of goodies. I see fries, I smell hamburgers, there's popcorn, I think there's some hot dogs and jambalaya in there. So shout out to those guys for feeding the crew while we were up here.
And special shout out to Barker Buick GMC. Barker Buick GMC for sponsoring tonight's jambalaya, brought to you by the Edie White Cardinal Vanguard and the Vanguard Boosters. Charles takes a snap, throws it right away. That's a 1st down for the Lutcher Bulldogs. Nice play to number 9 for the Bulldogs. Made the completion. That's Carmon Johnson.
Yeah, did a really good job of making guys miss. A couple of guys put their heads down, didn't break down like they should have to tackle, and he was able to make them pay for it.
Oh, yeah, it smells good in here. Some French fries, popcorn, burgers, all kind of things that guys like us shouldn't eat, but we may. Jambalaya brought to you by Barker GMC. Thank you again to the band dads. Those guys work their tails off in the concession stands. Charles takes a snap, looking to break a play, does not. Good pursuit right there by the Cardinal defense. And Edie White's desperate to make a stop here so that they can take this lead into halftime as they lead 17-14, and the clock ticks down to just 1 minute left here in the first half.
Yeah, the visiting Bulldogs only have one timeout here that they can use going in, so the time is not their friend.
Timmy Charles back to take the snap from shotgun, once again playing a 2nd and 8 from the Cardinal 36-yard line. Charles' pass is complete. That's number 1. He's been dangerous. That's Stark all night long. He makes the play and is pushed out of bounds by Chase Knockham, but they are inside the Rico red zone and threatening to score once again here with just 40 seconds left to play in the second
buddy,
quarter.
And what you can see here on the play, a big shout out to number 5, Marquade Simon, on this blocking downfield as a wide receiver. He was able to add probably a good 10 to 15 yards to that reception because of them doing a really good job of blocking down the field.
So, guys, it's only 40 seconds left to play here in the first half. This second quarter brought to you by Southland Drugs. Cardinals lead at 17-14, but the Lutcher Bulldogs are threatening. Charles is doing a good job, man, showing great poise as just a freshman, starting this big game on Friday night here at Harvey Peltier Stadium. Charles takes a snap, rolling around the right side. He's looking to pass. No, he's going to tuck it and run. He's got a little bit of run and run, and then he's brought down. Number 15 for the Cardinals. Good pursuit right there by Quinn Sternfels.
Yeah, he did a good job of making things happen with his legs there when he didn't see anybody open. But thankfully, Sternfels was in good pursuit and didn't allow him to get much more than a couple of yards.
32 seconds left on the clock. Like you mentioned earlier, Casey, they have just one time out left through the Lutcher Bulldogs, so they have to be careful what they do right here. Charles, smart to get out of bounds right there. Just a freshman making a good decision with the football. Didn't try to cut it back inside, got out of bounds, stopped the clock. The Bulldogs got a little bit more time. Second down now in goal for the Bulldogs from the 5-yard line. This time Charles going around the left side, looking to throw deep in the back of the end zone. This receiver tripped over his own 2 feet, really, so there's no penalty there. Nice clean play right there by the EDY defense. Good pursuit. Charles throws it away, and now the Bulldogs will be playing a 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, the Cardinals secondary did a real good job of using that the back line in the end zone as a 12th defender out there. Shortening the field, not allowing anybody to get ahead of them, and realizing that they could give them a little space back there. Because that was really that would have been a tough play for a high school quarterback to make.
3rd and goal from the 5-yard line now for the Lutcher Bulldogs. Charles takes a snap, looking up the middle. He's got a little gap, and he hits it hard. Number 11, Timmy Charles, takes it in for a touchdown. And this back and forth game continues as Lutcher takes it down the field quickly with just 2 minutes left on the clock in the first half, scores and takes the lead back 20-17 over the ED White Cardinals.
Yeah, they did a really good job of managing the clock there. Had a couple of big chunk plays to get downfield fast, and they took advantage of it. And now it looks like we're going to go into halftime at 21-17.
Extra points.
Pending this extra point.
Pending this extra point by number 2, Dylan Delonville. Kicks up and looks to be good. So with 24 seconds left to play here in the second quarter, Lutcher takes a 21-17 lead over the EDY Cardinals. It's exactly what we thought it would be. Fast-paced, evenly matched teams. A little more offense than maybe we thought it could have been.
Yeah.
But, they playing at such a high rate of speed, it's wearing down both sides of the ball. Defense on both teams is getting worn down quite a bit. So let's see with just 24 seconds left to go here in the first half, if Coach Kyle decides to just go ahead and take a knee, take it to the house, or try to put a couple more points on the board. We know Lee's got a good leg, so maybe a good return right here into Lutcher Bulldog territory, and the Cardinals can put a few more points on the board.
Yeah, because you have 3 timeouts. If you get something like kind of a sharp kick, like you said, or if you get a good return here, it does give you some options to try to do something and maybe get 3 points on the board before half. But hopefully let's see what goes here. But I don't expect them to do anything too crazy.
I'm trying to see back deep for the Cardinals. Looks like Nakan, and is that Passman once again? Let's see who's out there with him. Trying to get a number. Ron, if you can get a number of that other deep man for the Cardinals, that'd be great. All right, kick is on the ground, goes in the back of the end zone, and that is a touchback. Good play right there by the deep man for the Cardinals. That was, in fact, number 20. Well, he's covering his number with his hands, so I can't tell you what his number was. So whoever that
29.
Kid, that was
29.
That's 29. Okay, 29. Cale Passman.
Yep, that's
Todd,
good.
I'm trying to say his name, but if he runs off the field with his hands over his chest, hard to do.
Yeah.
Good,
No,
smart play right
yeah.
there, Cale. Good job letting the ball go into the end zone. Not taking that wobbly one, you might have bobbled it. So the Cardinals are going to go ahead. Look like they're going to take a knee and take this one to the house. Great first half. Went really quickly. Both teams showed some explosiveness at times. Ability to move the ball. It went really, really quick. They're going to go ahead and let the clock run down now as the visitors, the Lutcher Bulldogs, from across the river, come into Edie White, and they lead 21-17 as they'll take it to the house. Once again, we want to thank all our sponsors, our great friends at Grafton Dermatology, Ortho LA, Southland Drugs Pharmacy, Parish President Mitch Orgeron. Thank you for all you do for the community, Mitch. School Spirit Slushy at Sonic. Go and get one. Proceeds go to the Edie White Catholic High School Fund. And CPT. CPT, the good folks at CPT do such a great job. I know personally. Thank you to Michelle and the team at CPT. Thibodaux Regional Health System, always out in the community supporting all things Thibodaux and the surrounding area. Thank you to Thibodaux Regional Health System.
Yeah, and buddy, look. So right now we're gonna see a performance by the Cardinal Dance Squad. Then after that, the Cardinal Vanguard will be performing their show, Our World, which, like I said earlier, was awarded all the medals in their classification last weekend in Houston.
So the Edie White Cardinalettes will take the field now. I'll go ahead and turn this one over to the PA system. Let you guys enjoy the show.
A jazz routine.
These young ladies do a great job.
Abracadabra.
Good luck there, Cardinalettes.
Good luck, ladies. Your music is on. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cardinalettes. The Edie White Vanguard is proud to host Middle School Band Night. We welcome 67 middle school students from Holy Rosary Elementary, St. Genevieve Catholic Elementary, St. Joseph Catholic Elementary, 6th Ward Middle School, and Bayou Community Academy. Congratulations to our middle school band students. For your continued halftime entertainment, your 2024 Louisiana Marching Band State Champions, the Edie White Cardinal Vanguard, will perform this year's festival show entitled Our World, Celebrating Our Earth. Band President is Madison Roger, Vice President Nicholas Bro, Secretary Chloe Chasson. Class representatives, Senior Sydney Barlow, Junior Annalise Adams, Sophomore Claire Knockhand, Freshman Libby Petrie, 8th grade Molly Leday. Color Guard Captains Camille DeGravel, Ella Lumine, Mallory Hingle. Dance Captain Emma Danos. Weapon Captains Georgia Carruthers and Addison Sanders. Battery Percussion Leader, Bradley Bro. Front Ensemble Leader, Sarah Kearns. Assistant Percussion Leader, Nicholas Bro. Drum Major Grace Knockhand, is your band ready? Cardinal Vanguard, you may take the field for your performance.
Our world, the gift we receive, the world we live, the future we forge together. Trees of green, skies of blue, fading to sacred night. That stillness we find in your standing. Reach out, touch tomorrow, take the future in our hands. A new horizon dawns. This is our world, and it is good.
Spirit, will, spunk, fight. Cardinals fly high. For over 150 years, Edward Douglas White Catholic High School has been a beacon of faith, excellence, and community in Thibodaux. Our students come from over 40 schools, united by faith and a commitment to service through daily prayer, retreats, and community outreach. With 3 college prep tracks, 15 honors and AP classes, and personalized support, every student can reach their full potential. Our championship-winning athletic program, award-winning music program, and more than 20 clubs and organizations offer something for everyone. Join us for our open house on December 4th. Contact Alicia Bergeron to learn more about the Edie White admissions process. Edie White, where faith, knowledge, and spirit take flight.
At Thibodaux Regional Wellness Center, we're improving the health and well-being of the region one person at a time. And this means more game time, more first times, more crunch time, more face time, and more party time. Isn't it time you started living your best life? Change starts here at Thibodaux Regional Wellness Center.
For 17 years, the Center for Pediatric Therapy has proudly been the Bayou region's only dedicated pediatric therapy clinic to offer all 3 major therapy disciplines. We provide pediatric speech, occupational, and physical therapy, and have a combined 135 years of pediatric therapy experience. Additionally, many of our speech and occupational therapists are cross-trained to offer feeding therapy. All of these services are provided in our spacious, company-owned facilities in both Houma and Thibodaux, in approved school settings or in homes of children aged 0 to 3 who are enrolled in the Early Steps program. If you feel like your child could benefit from any or all of our services, please call our friendly front office staff and they would be happy to answer all of your questions.
And we are back live here on the Bauer Sports Network. Thank you for joining us. Once again, this is Buddy Leday filling in for Robbie Bauer, along with my co-host Casey Roderick, filling in for our good buddy Keeben Thompson. Great night tonight here at Harvey Pelche Stadium. The Cardinals take the field and the Bulldogs do as well. It was a back and forth first half, and the Bulldogs take it 21-17. 2 more quarters to play, and this third quarter is going to be brought to you by our wonderful friends at Rouse's Markets, loyal to local since 1960. Thank you to our good friends over at Rouse's Markets. We also want to give a shout out to a few other friends. Varsity Fuel, thank you Varsity Fuel for providing the propane for the pregame meal for tonight's game. I had the privilege to sponsor tonight's meal, and a propane sponsored by Varsity Fuel. Thank you to Allie Wagasback, doing a great job over at Varsity Fuel. Thank you for that. Also to Barker Buick GMC for sponsoring the jambalaya for tonight's game. The Van Dads cooked it, and they did a great job. So a great first half of football, as we expected, Casey. Beautiful night, fall. It's exactly what you're looking for between these 2 teams, district rivals, heading into the second half of the season.
I think if you're either team right now, you got to feel pretty good about where you're at. I mean, it's a pretty tight game. You're within 1 score. Yeah, you know, you'd love to be ahead big at halftime, but this game is going kind of how you think it probably would. back and forth, like we said. Both teams are in striking distance here. You know, you haven't really had a whole lot of sustained drives by the Cardinals. A lot of quick plays to get the ball downfield quickly for Lutcher. So I'm expecting probably maybe more of that from both teams here in the second half.
Another line drive kick for Lutcher. Looks like Passman takes it down at about the 12-yard line. Looking for some running space. He's got a couple of moves, does Cale Passman. Not the biggest player back there, but he's certainly got a big heart. Makes a couple of moves, takes it across the 30-yard line for some good starting field position for the Edie White Cardinals.
And that kick was brought to us by Dr. Bo Porsche, our kick and punt sponsor. He's got your back.
Yeah, that was definitely a good return. It wasn't garbage, but if you do have garbage, please call our friends over at Go Waste. Thank you to our sponsor, Go Waste. And maybe we'll back them up in the second half. The Foray boys over at Go Waste, great sponsors of Cardinal Athletics. So the Cardinals will play a 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Barbera takes the snap on to center, gives it. Once again, I believe that was English, getting his name called a lot tonight. About a 2-yard game for the Cardinals, and they're going to continue to play small ball, pound the football up the middle, and wear down this Lutcher defense.
Yeah, buddy, been talking about it all game. That's the kind of things that you need to build upon when you run this type of offense. You put the ball between the tackles, you pound it, you pound it, you pound the rock, and then eventually it opens up things in other parts of the offense that allows you to get big plays.
2nd and 7 for the Cardinals. Barbera's looking to pass. He's got his man, Chase Naka, makes one man miss and then takes it up the left sideline, down around the 48-yard line. Nice throw by Barbera. Good move by his number 1 receiver, Chase Naka, and a 1st down brought to you by our 1st down sponsors, Family Doctor Clinic. Thank you again to the wonderful family physicians at Family Doctor Clinic.
Yeah, hey, buddy, I continue all season long to be so impressed by Naka. He does such a great job once you get the ball in his hands in space of turning the ball upfield, making people miss. You know, he's quick and he's fast and he's smart with the football.
Barbera on the center once again for the Cardinals. Looking to pass. No, he keeps it and gets about 2 yards on the play. So the Cardinals play a 2nd and 8.
Again, blown up by the middle of that Lutcher defensive line. You know, just giving the guys up front for Edie White fits all game long.
You know, you mentioned about opening things up. The big plays for the Cardinals have come on the passing plays.
Yes.
That's where they've really got chunk yardage tonight. Hadn't gone to it a lot, but when they've gone to it, it's been very, very effective. So it's a typical Edie White offense. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties on our picture.
Yeah, and buddy, it looks like Barbera's out there. He looks like he came up a little bit lame after that last play, and he's limping out there. I hope he'll be okay.
Barbera takes the snap, gives to English, about 1 yard on the play. And we're back, folks. Sorry about that little mishap there. Technical difficulties. We try our best to bring you a good quality broadcast, but sometimes things slip up a little bit. With these big paychecks that we get here, you know, it shouldn't happen, but we appreciate all the things that Bauer Sports does. What a wonderful, wonderful broadcast. You know, people have talked about this for years, Casey. We're just lucky to be a part of it. Once Robbie and the team brought this to the town of Thibodaux, to the Edie White fans, you know, their boys graduated. T-Ben and Robbie had 2 that graduated. T-Ben's got another one coming up, but they said, we got to keep this going. It's something we started. We can't stop it. They didn't need to do this, but they do it anyway, and we really, really thank those guys. Barbera looks to pass. He's got a man who's hit immediately. That was number 4, hit hard by number 4. They met right there. Derek Jackson lays the wood on Landon Babin for a very short gain, and the Cardinals will play 4th down.
Jackson just, again, continues to be all over the field. He's got a real good nose for the ball, and, I mean, he just came with a real hard hit on Landon there. He looks like he's kind of shaking up there. They're helping him off the field onto the training table. I hope he'll be okay.
Jonathan Lee back to punt it away. Dr. Bo Porsche sponsoring this punt by Jonathan Lee. Wobbly kick, and the return man loses his footing on the 9-yard line roughly. Gets a good Cardinal bounce, and the Bulldogs will take over deep in their own territory. Good kick right there by Jonathan Lee, pinning the Bulldogs deep. Thank you again to T-Ben Thompson and TBD Contracting Group for sponsoring tonight's broadcast on the BSM. Also, thank you to Grafton Dermatology and Cosmetic Surgery, Dr. Bo Grafton and his team. We thank you very much. Artho LA, some of the finest orthopedic surgeons in the area, in the world actually, right here in Thibodaux. Thank you to Artho LA. And our parish president, Mitch Orgeron, our good friend Mitch Orgeron, our parish president. Thank you so much for your support of Cardinal Athletics and of all the teams in the parish. And the Sonic, where they have the school spirit slushy. Proceeds go to Edie White Catholic High School. The Bulldogs take it over, 1st and 10 now on their own 7-yard line. The young freshman quarterback back deep once again. Takes a snap, looking to pass on 1st down. Incomplete and almost picked. Nice pursuit there by number 9 of the Cardinals, Carter Myers. Carter's all over the field from his safety position. Almost got him a pick right there.
Yeah, that ball seemed to have just gotten kind of away from the quarterback there. He just wasn't able to. He kind of set his feet. Seemed like he should have been able to get a good throw off, but it just went straight into the turf.
Boy, Casey, those French fries were really, really good. Brought to us by the Bandats here at halftime, but they would have been a lot better with some Papa Earl seasoning. Wow, that's some good seasoning. Next time, we could have some Papa Earl seasoning that would make it absolutely delicious. So let's go ahead and get back to the game. The Bulldogs lead 21-17 with 8:30 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. The give is to the fullback for the Bulldogs. I believe that was 0, Jamilon Joseph.
Oh, we got a
no
flag
gain on the
there.
play. We got a flag. Let's see who it goes against.
Yeah, that looks like it came after the whistle. It looks like maybe the referee thought the Cardinals were being a little too aggressive there.
A little too aggressive there. Yeah, the play was pretty much dead. Cardinals just trying to play hard. I don't think anything was very intentional about that or egregious, but the call was made nonetheless. Late hit on the Cardinals, unsportsmanlike conduct. Play between the whistles as best you can, and sometimes these kids, they get excited and they just trying to finish the play. I think that's what was going on right there.
Yeah.
Again, nothing egregious, but it'll go against the Cardinals and give the Lutcher Bulldogs a 1st down. That's a big 1st down. Takes them out of there. They're inside of the 10-yard line out to about the 20 where they'll play a 1st and 10. Collins back in the shotgun again on this Lutcher spread offense. The give to number 1, Ashton Stark. He's been dangerous all night long. Picks up about 6-7 yards there on 1st down. Good positive yardage for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he was able to get the edge there, but not able to. Thankfully, there was enough Cardinals there to come over from the safety position and stop that from being into a really big gain.
Number 9 for the Cardinals, Carter Myers on the stop. 7:40 here to play in the 3rd quarter. Lutcher leads at 21-17. Playing a 2nd and 4 now on their own 27-yard line. Collins takes the snap, looking for some run and run, and he's stopped. Nice play right there for the Cardinals. A couple of guys coming up to make the play. Looked like number 10, Alex Perkle, was in on that tackle.
He gains 1.
Yeah, a real good gang tackling there by a conclave of Cardinals, buddy. The last time that many Cardinals were in the same place, they made a guy from Chicago, Pope.
Very nice. Very nice. Well done. You've been waiting for that one, haven't
Yes, I have. I had that one teed up for a while.
I think you did. Number 14, Luke Cortez, also in on the play right there. Good to call Luke's name. Defensive lineman for the Cardinals, also a good basketball player. So the Bulldogs will play a 3rd and 3 now here in the 3rd quarter, leading 21-17. Collins taking the snap, and he's looking for some run and run, and he is hitting the backfield, hit again, and the Cardinals come up and make a play. Several guys contributed to that one. The initial contact made in the backfield was by number 19 for the Cardinals, Ray Badgerow. Slowed him up just enough for the rest of the team to come up and help out.
44, Harrison Jones was also in there early to stop that. And then that allowed a bunch of other Cardinals to come in and clean that up and make sure that play was finished.
And of course, Charlie Dietrich. Charlie's pretty much on every tackle. I haven't called his name maybe as much as I should because he's always right there in the bottom of the pile and we don't catch his number, but Charlie Dietrich's in on that one as well, the senior linebacker. Nice punt right there, and Chase Knockhand takes it. He's got running room around the right side. Chase is taking it down the field, makes another man miss. Who's going to catch Knockhand? Nobody. He's the fastest guy on the team, and he just showed it right there.
I don't see no flags.
Chase Knockhand takes it into the end zone for a Cardinal touchdown.
Yeah, that's just, that was a great play. It was really kind of a bold move for him to even try to return that because he had a couple of defenders bearing down on him. But he stood in there tough. He got the ball, and he was able to bring that in for it is coming back.
It's coming back. God dog it.
Hey, it doesn't change the fact that it was still a heck of a play by Knockhand.
It was. I don't know what the call was. We were all excited up here. We got very T-Ben and Robbie on that one. Showed our love for the Cardinals, but it's going to be brought back They set up the wall, looked beautifully.
Yeah.
I mean, if we see a replay and we see something that doesn't look right, I don't know. But I mean, it looked like a beautiful
And
wall.
from the
was set
position
up
in
by
the flag, it looks like he was behind the play. Yeah, on the other side of the field.
I don't know. So it might take some points off the board for the Cardinals. Right now, it stands 23-21, Edie White, but we're going to see what the call is right here.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Sains definitely wants to have some sort of a better understanding from the referees of what's going on there and what they saw, because he doesn't seem to agree.
The Edie White special teams units on the field for an extra point. So again, it still stands at 23-21. They got some things on the field that I think a little bit of the crowd doesn't agree with. So we did not see the play, and I don't know if we got a replay on that one. So we'll just go ahead and continue to roll with it. Beautiful night for football here at Harvey Pelche Stadium in the third quarter, brought to you by Rouse's Markets. Thank you again, Rouse's Markets. And they call in a hold. They called a hold on the return team. So that is a huge, huge call by the Stripes on that one, and it's going to back up Edie White. They'll retain possession, but takes points off the board off the beautiful play. A very brave catch in return by Chase Knockin, where he showed not only his ability to make the catch, make a man miss, and his breakaway speed. So we'll hope he gets the ball in his hands again soon. He's been a playmaker for the Cardinals all season long, and I think might be a good time to go to him again right now. Go deep across the field maybe. We've been very productive on that play. But if I know anything about this Edie White team, they're going to stick to what works, and that's their triple option offense led by Barbero.
Yeah, hopefully maybe we can get him to spring something again in the passing game. That is just such a tough thing. And then your coaches are understandably upset. Your players are too. But you gotta kind of put it behind you quick, regain your composure, because you still got football to play, and you got to make sure that you get out there and get the call in, and the offense gets set and ready to go.
Yeah, it's a big game. It's critical in the district. Seeding in the playoffs, I think pretty easy to decide that both of these are going to be in the playoff, both of these teams.
Right.
So it's a huge game with big implications. So huge call right there, but the Cardinals go ahead and take a 1st and 10 right here on their own 45-yard line. Barbera gives it to English. English fighting hard, showing that grit he's shown all night. Picks up about 4 yards. Again, big old defensive line for the Lutcher Bulldogs, creating a lot of disruption. But I got to give credit to the O-line of the Cardinals. They consistently getting just enough gap in there for us to get positive yards play after play.
Yeah, and I mean, again, like I said, young offensive line. I think we had 5 seniors last year, so all these guys are new starters, or maybe only started a year or so. So they're doing a great job against a really tough front up there.
Barbera is going to take it under center again. 2nd and 7 now to go on their own 49-yard line for the Cardinals. They trail in this one 21-17. And Barbera, is it a keep?
Yep, he held on to it. Looks like he got real close to the first down. I think he might be just short. Bring up a 3rd and real close. But again, Barbera, I mean, he's a tough kid. Running the ball with authority, and did not shy away from contact there, and took a big hit while he was still trying to get more yards out of it.
This senior class for Edie White, I don't know for sure, but they got to be, if not the most winningest group of kids in the history of the school. Real close. For the last 5 years, Edie White's won a heck of a lot of games, and Graham Barbera's gotten a heck of a lot of playing time. 2-year starter, significant time his sophomore year, and his leadership showing this year. Great pitch right there. Timing was just perfect. As I talk about him, he shows us what he could do. Douglas goes ahead. Carter Douglas picks up that 1st down on the pitch, and the Cardinals are marching down the field. They are not letting that flag that took away the points on the board stop them from doing what they do, keeping their composure and playing some Cardinals
Again,
football.
yeah, you got to really give it to this offense that's coming off of that big devastating penalty. Really showing so far in this drive that they they're not going to let it stop them, and they're getting back out there, and they are moving the ball down the field. Look, running the offense when you're the quarterback in this kind of, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It takes nerves of steel. He's a tough kid, and he's taking hits down there.
That 1st down was brought to you by Family Doctor Clinic. Once again, Barbera's on the keep right up the middle. Family Doctor Clinic brings you all of our 1st down on tonight's broadcast on the Bauer Sports Network of Edie White Cardinal football. Thank you again to our 3rd quarter sponsor, Rouse's Markets. Rouse's Markets. I've been to a lot of grocery stores all over the country, and you're not going to find a better place than Rouse's. Rouse's does a great job. Thank you to our friends over there. a great legacy in Thibodaux and the entire state of Louisiana and Gulf Coast. Thank you to Rouse's, our third quarter sponsor. Grant Barbera, under center, leading his Cardinal offense, playing a 2nd and 7 inside of Lutcher territory. He keeps it, and he's down to about the 26-yard line of the Lutcher Bulldogs. And this senior quarterback's just taking command, and he's leading his team right down the field.
Yeah, again, running with authority. He's not afraid to shy away from contact. He is just doing a great job of finding blocks and following his offensive line.
Great seal block right there by 77 for the Cardinals. That was Hudson Semino, another senior on the O-line for the Edie White Cardinals. Hudson's done a great job. I think a 3-year starter.
Yeah, Hudson, the only senior on that offensive line this year. Just doing a really good job of leading those big guys up front.
Yeah, it was like I said, excellent seal block, opening up the way for Grant Barbera. Taking the snap. This time the give looks like 4 coming around the right side. Not much yardage on that one. He's trying to make a couple of guys miss in the backfield. Good penetration by the Lutcher Bulldogs.
Yeah.
But Landon Babin wasn't able to get very much. About 2 yards. Still positive yards for the Cardinals.
Yeah, a pack of Bulldogs we got in there on the play and just didn't allow it to go develop and go anywhere. And it looks like now we've got a Bulldog player down on the field, and hopefully he's not injured too hard.
Injury timeout. While we have an injury timeout, we hope the best for that young man. We're going to go ahead and thank our sponsors. Thibodaux Regional Health System, keeping you safely in the game. Grafton Dermatology and Cosmetic Surgery. Thank you to Dr. Bo Grafton and his team over at Grafton Dermatology. Our third quarter sponsor, Rouse's Markets. Thank you to Rouse's. Once again, Grafton Dermatology, our good friends, Dr. Bo Grafton. Dermatology and cosmetic surgery. Arthro LA is here to keep you moving on and off the field, from sprains and fractures to joint replacements and sports injuries. Arthro LA offers full comprehensive orthopedic care. Trust the local doctors at Arthro LA to help get you back to doing what you love. Let's also hear for Parish President Mitch Orgeron. Parish President Orgeron is proud to support the Cardinals and the fans who make Friday nights under the lights so special. Together we are building a stronger Lafourche on and off the field. Go Cardinals, and thank you for that sponsorship, Parish President Orgeron. We also thank you to Sonic and the School Spirit Slushie. Show your Cardinal pride with an Edie White Cardinal Spirit Slush. Stop by the Thibodaux Sonic, indulge yourself in the Cardinal Slush. The percentage of the sales will be donated to Edie White Catholic High School.
Yeah, buddy, and that was number 4, safety Derek Jackson, who was down on the field. Looks like he was able to get up after just kind of having to work out some cramps. He's been all over the field. I've called his name more than any other player on that defense. That seems like so tonight. So I can imagine he's definitely tired, and he's definitely been working out there.
This game has been all it's cracked up to be. Once again, for those who are just joining us, if you don't recognize the voice, my name is Buddy Leday. I'm here filling in for Rob Bauer with my co-host Casey Roderick, filling in for our buddy T. Ben Thompson tonight. It's been such an honor and privilege to be here in the box once again after many, many years calling Cardinal football. Having a great time. Barbera gives it to English, picking up some hard yards between the tackles. Again, behind that mostly underclassmen line, doing a great job against a defensive line that they won't see many like that all year long.
Right, and look, again, we've said his name a lot too. Owen English, a junior, that running back. I don't think we've called the negative play yet when he's gotten the ball. He always falls forward after contact. He's tough to bring down, just a tough kid. I can't say enough about the good things he's been doing with the football tonight.
So the Cardinals will play a 3rd and 4 from the Bulldog 21-yard line. Barbera's giving it. No, he keeps it, and the ball's on the ground. It's a scrum on the ground for the football, but it looks like Barbera was able to fall back on it.
Yeah, dangerous time again when the ball's on the ground, but thankfully Barbera, there's a little miscommunication there on the handoff, but we were able to hold on to the football, and it brings up a 4th down.
That's one of those plays, you don't see it, Edie White do that much, but when you're running that give, and you got to hold the ball until the very last second.
It's a timing thing. It's really tough.
4th down for the Cardinals, and they looking like they're going to go for it. 4th and 3, ball on the Lutcher Bulldog 20. They trail 21-17. And I think Coach Kyle is saying hard count here, or do we run a play?
I think they're going to run a play. Yep.
Yeah, they are. And that's Babin around the left side. Looks like he got some yardage. Did he get it?
It's going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot.
It's going to be real close, depending on the spot. I thought he dove forward across the line.
It looked like he had space, but then that space closed up quickly, and he took a big hit there to stop him.
So the Bulldogs think they made the stop. The Cardinals think they have the first down. I think they're going to bring out the chains and get a measurement. Do we not have a sponsor for a measurement? That's the only thing we might not have a sponsor for. I know I'm wearing you folks out with our sponsors, but you know what? These people give their hard-earned cash to put this broadcast together, and we want to give credit where credit is due. You know what?
Don't we have some like survey or measurement companies out in Thibodaux that would be great to be sponsoring such a thing?
We probably do. That's a first down for the Cardinals. And instead of backing them up, we're going to move them forward. Whether you're moving your garbage back or moving it forward, our friends at Go Waste are going to take care of your roll-away dumpsters. Thank you to our friends at Go Waste. We're not backing up, but we're moving forward. Thank you to the 4A boys and Go Waste.
Buddy, sometimes you got to go back to go forward.
You do, absolutely.
Cardinals play first
The Cardinals going to play a first and 10 now on the 17-yard line. They trail 21-17. Gutsy call by the Edie White Cardinals right there. Gutsy running by Landon Babin. He picks up the first down, and now Barbero try to get 7 on the board. Let's go Cardinals. English, no, it's Barbero on the keeper on the left side. I'll tell you what, you know, Edie White's kind of mixed it up over the years. They've had years when it was straight wing T. They get some option in there. They started to throw the ball a little more than what was common in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yes.
Tonight is old school Cardinal football.
Right,
I think the idea is keep the hands out of Lutcher.
Right.
Keep the ball out of the Lutcher Bulldog hands. They got specialists on that team that clearly can run the football. Let's drive it down the field, eat up clock, put points on the board. That's the strategic way to win this game. And as we look up, the third quarter is pretty much over, Casey. 10 seconds left. And Barbera dropped back pass, looking for Nakan. He's got it in the end zone.
What a great catch by Nakan. The concentration there to go up there, get that contested catch. Nakan's not a big guy. You know, he's not like your big Randy Moss type that can go and box out a defender and go up and get the catch. But he did a great job of using, muscling himself, getting position, and the concentration here in this replay. We're going to have a great shot of it here.
Barbera looks to throw, and he sees his man. How many times have Nakan and Barbera hooked up in their childhood and high school careers? These guys been playing together a long time. Lee, kick up, good. Cardinals take a 24-21 lead. That kick brought to you by Dr. Bo Porsche, chiropractor. Dr. Bo Porsche, he's got your back. Thank you for sponsoring all of our kicks, extra points, field goals, and punts tonight. So, hey, the Cardinals, they got the ball. They drove it down the field, took a risk on 4th down, and the risk paid off. Nice pass and catch by Grant Barbera to Chase Nakan, two good friends that have been doing that together a very, very long time. But I tell you what, Nakan made that play. That ball was slightly, it was up there. It was for him to
It was a contested catch. He did a great job.
He did a great job.
The way he was able to gain position, he's physical out there. He used all of whatever 100 few pounds he is to get position on there. And then you could see it in the replay, the concentration that it took to make sure you held on to that football, and that's just the situation. Kudos to that kid.
You know, the Cardinals have marched it into the red zone several times, but that was their first time here in the second half, and that red zone is the Rico red zone. So thank you to Ron Bourgeois and our good friends at Rico Rental and Supply as the Cardinals take it into the red zone and into the end zone for the score. Lee's kick high and deep to the deep man for Lutcher. Taking it about the 3-yard. Oh, big hit right there by the Cardinals defense. That was who's that for the Cardinals? That 9? Carter Myers, man, the starter, playing a little special teams action.
He's out there hitting them guys like Michael Myers.
Look at the hit right there by Myers. Good shot right there by our cameraman, LaRon, on the sidelines. Heck of a job. Myers comes in on special teams, makes a play, and then goes right back out there as his safety position on defense. Nice job right there by Carter Myers. I know his dad, Michael's real proud of a hit like that. He had a few back in his day as well.
Oh, that is true. He is Michael Myers' kid. I was talking about the horror film for Villain.
Collins takes it around the left side, picks up positive yards.
Either way, both guys are scary.
They have been, absolutely. So.
Charles in the carry, gains 5. Tackle number 44.
44, Harrison Jones on the stop.
Again, Harrison's been all over the field. He's got doing a really good job of getting his nose in there and making plays.
That's the end of the third quarter, which was brought to you by Rouse's Markets. Cardinals lead 24-21 in this amazing football game between two high school powerhouses in the state of Louisiana. We'll now switch over to the fourth quarter, and our fourth quarter tonight is brought to you by Terminex of Homa. Thank you to Terminex of Homa for tonight's sponsorship of our fourth quarter. It couldn't have been any better. We couldn't have called it any better. This has been an awesome game so far. Had a great time. Again, my name is Buddy Leday. This is Casey Roderick filling in for T-Ben and Robbie. To all of our sponsors out there, thank you so much. We have tried our very best. It's been 18 years since we've been in the box together, and there are more sponsors on that list and for different things than we could imagine. But we're doing the very best we can to get everybody the recognition they deserve. So thank you to all of our sponsors throughout the night. You know, our first, before the game even started, Thibodeau Regional Health Systems, Grafton Dermatology, those guys, Rocco Dog Productions, Rico Rental and Supply, Family Doctor Clinic, Go Waste, High Tide Consultants, Dr. Bo Porsche, Wanko Law Firm, just a whole bunch of great sponsors, Southland Drugs, Claymore Dentistry, Headache and Pain Center. Thank you all again for all you do for Bauer Sports. The Bulldogs will play second with 5 to go on their own 22-yard line. Pitch it out to number 1, that's Stark again. He's been dangerous all night. I don't know. Every time he gets the ball in his hands, Casey, I get a little nervous because he's broken one before, and he could break one again for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely always the guy that, you know, we know Lutcher in this situation is probably going to get the ball in his hands. He's got breakaway speed. He's real shifty. He's definitely somebody that could change the momentum of this game real quickly. So Edie White's definitely got to make sure that he's accounted for in every play.
Collins in shotgun. One man in the backfield. He gives it. There he is, Stark again. He goes from his receiver position, then he goes back into the backfield. But heck of a play right there by the Edie White Cardinals. Who was that on that? That was number 12 for the Cardinals, I believe. Evan Arsenal. Also, Aiden Ockman in on that play for the Cardinals.
Yeah, both those guys did a really good job of just staying home, playing their assignments, making sure that they did not allow him to get out past on the corner, and keeping the ball inside and not really giving him anywhere to run to.
2nd and 10 now for the Lutcher Bulldogs from their own 28-yard line here in the third quarter. Cardinals lead 24-21. The freshman Collins played a great game. Takes a snap from shotgun, looking for some running space. He's got a little right up the middle. He's slippery, makes a couple of guys miss, and then eventually tripped up by the Edie White Cardinals defense. I believe that was 44-7. That was Jones and Dietrich in on that play.
Yeah, the defensive Cardinals did a really good job of collapsing the pocket and getting pressure on him, but the problem was that they did leave an open running lane for him. He was able to get a few yards after he was able to tuck it and run. But thankfully, those safeties from Edie White were able to come up and stop him.
3rd and 6 now for the Bulldogs in their own territory. Collins looking to pass, might shift field. He does not, and he is almost brought down for a loss. Throws it away. No grounding on that one. Are they going to call him? Yeah, they said he was down, so that's a sack on the play. 44. Harrison Jones having a heck of a game. The senior for Edie White got to the quarterback. They said he was down, so that is a sack for 44 Harrison Jones, and that'll lead to a 4th down for the Lutcher Bulldogs. Great defensive play. Thank you to our friend Kim Thompson on the defense.
Yeah, again, hey, those guys going all over the field. Same names we've been calling all day. Those guys getting up there and making a big stop.
The punt goes to Knockan. He's going to try to break one once again. Looks for some running around. Not this time. Good pursuit by the Lutcher special teams. He's brought down, but good starting field position for the Cardinals, leading this one 24-21, 9:46. I'm looking for a long, methodical drive here. Take a lot of time off the clock and go up by 2 scores.
Yeah, look, buddy, you know, you really wanted to have that big play on that punt and that touchdown, but in a lot of ways, it might have been kind of a blessing in disguise that it got called back and Edie White was able to still get those 7 points on the board after having such a long, methodical drive, that, you know, ate up pretty much the entire third quarter. So you've got this defense that's out here. They're tired. They've been on the field a lot all second half. And here you are. Yes, like you said, you need to run the ball, pound it up the middle, just like you have been, and keeping your defense on the sideline.
On 1st down, looks like English getting the call. He has been the workhorse for the Cardinals tonight. Picks up about 3 yards. Again, it's not a lot, but it's positive yards over and over again every time he's touched the ball. And
as we speak, here he is, yeah.
Yeah, he's gotten the ball a lot, and it's no doubt that cramps do settle in when you go that much. You know, the guy who cooked the pregame meal tried to add a little salt to the pasta lie to make sure they didn't cramp up as much tonight. And it works so far, but, maybe after so many carries, it just wears out a little
Yeah,
bit.
you know what? I don't think there's enough salt that you can put into apostolide, buddy, to negate the Southern Louisiana air, even on a crisp October tonight. It's still pretty warm out there. These guys have been battling all game long, especially English. I mean, out of anybody, he's been putting his nose up in the middle of this big, strong Lutcher defense, and so yeah, he's been putting in work.
What the Cardinals need right now, like we said, long, methodical drive, get into that Rico red zone. After we get across that 20-yard line, we're going to be in that Rico red zone, and hopefully that leads to some points. They've gotten there a few times tonight, one time in the second half, and we scored. So we're going to continue to hope for that here, and we hope the best for English as well as we try to work out this
if we get
cramp.
those points, then we can see our good friends
at High Tide Consultants. Thank you, Shane Ewan at High Tide Consultants. Again, before the game even started, we had some great pregame sponsorships from Headache and Pain Center and Rocco Dog Productions. Thank you, Rocco, for all you do for the White Cardinals, former Cardinal great himself. So it's good to see English hopping off the field on his own. Let's get that cramp worked out, get that kid a little electrolytes, and get him back on the field and continue to do what he's done so well tonight, which is pound the rock.
pickle juice. That's what they used to drink back in the day before Gatorade.
Fun fact.
Now you just need some high-quality H2O.
Barbera takes snap, gives right away. The new fullback in the game for the Cardinals. That looks like 6. Carter Douglas. Don't see Carter Douglas taking it right between the tackles. He used to do that often, but he's kind of shifted roles with English kind of emerging.
Yes.
So Douglas is taking it around the outside a lot, but he's a kid that's not afraid to take it up the middle. He's done that a lot in his career.
But again, still just, the same thing coming from that front of that offensive line from Edie White, just pushing those big guys from Lutcher back. And, it doesn't really matter who's running the ball behind them. They're doing a great job of opening up lanes and allowing them to run the ball between the tackles.
3rd and 4 for the Cardinals. This is an important play right here. With 8:30 left here in the fourth quarter rather. Barbera stopped almost immediately by the Lutcher defense, and I believe this will bring up a punt situation for the Cardinals. 4th and 3, still in their own territory with 8 minutes 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you hope if you're the Cardinals that you could have gotten more time off the clock there, but hey, you know what? So now you just got to punt it away and let your defense do their thing.
Punt brought to you by Dr. Bo Porsche, chiropractor, and Lee's back to punt it once again. Lee stays on the field, defense and special teams, handling all the kicking duties. End over end punt, might get some positive yards out of this one. The Lutcher Bulldog deep back gets away from it wisely, and it's down inside the 15-yard line where the Bulldogs will take it over 1st and 10. They trail the Cardinals 24-21 with just 7:54 left here in this fourth quarter, brought to you by Terminex Oklahoma.
Yeah, so, at the very least, you were able to kind of shift the field position there. You're not leaving Lutcher with real good field position here. You're getting the ball inside. They're getting the ball inside there on 20 to start it off this drive here with 7:54 left to go. Big stop here from the Cardinals to try to, keep themselves in a position to win this game with this one-score football game here that we're in the middle of.
How about a turnover, Slaw?
That turnover would be great, especially down right here. It's happened before for the Cardinals in some of these games that we've seen early in the season. I don't think we've had a turnover yet this game, have we?
No, it's been pretty clean. Collins back to take it in the shotgun position once again. Looking downfield for a passing lane, doesn't see anything. Now he does. That's Stark making it across the field, and Charlie Dietrich tripping him up. About 7-yard gain right there. Stark is slippery when he gets the football.
Yeah, it took pretty much everything Charlie Dietrich had to get down there and just kind of grab him by the shoelaces to trip him up before he turned that up for a bigger gain.
Yeah, good credit to the offensive coaches for Lutcher trying to make some mismatches happen right there. Stark, obviously, super fast wide receiver type guy, put him on the middle linebacker, but kudos to Charlie Dietrich for making the play.
Yeah.
Collins back, once again, takes a snap, looking to run it right away. Quarterback keep, and he's really, really close to the first down. I think he got it, but we'll see what the chains tell us.
Yeah, it looks like he did. And that looks like they're going to be moving the chains here. I think they're singling the first down, yeah.
So Lutcher's not backing down here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Terminex Oklahoma. 7 minutes, 37 seconds left to go. Cardinals leading at 24-21 in this classic matchup between two district foes, the Lutcher Bulldogs and the White Cardinals. Collins, the freshman quarterback, takes snap, looking, no, he's going to give it right away to his running back, 0. Johnson.
Hey, that was a great job by number 74, Owen Martinez there, defensive tackle for the Cardinals. Did a really good job of standing up his blocker, shedding that block. Real good form there, and making sure that tackle was done within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Luke Cortez also in there in that middle position, defensive line. So both Martinez and Cortez doing a heck of a job tonight, I think. I mean, this is a good, strong, big offensive line for Lutcher, and they've made quite a few plays. Collins taking the snap with second and 8 for the Bulldogs. Looking to throw downfield. Does he have a man? Almost picked. No, ball's incomplete. Nice play right there.
Great coverage there.
That was 23 for the Cardinals. Jackson Riche. Oh, Riche had a beat on that ball.
Yeah.
I tell you what, both players made a good play. Riche got a hand on the ball, almost made it, and then the Lutcher Bulldog ended up playing defense as the offensive player to make sure it didn't get intercepted.
Yeah, no, he sniffed it out real quick that he needed to start playing defense, and he did a good job of not allowing Riche to make that interception.
3rd and 8 now for the Bulldogs. A big play right here in this crucial district matchup between two foes. Collins takes a snap, looking downfield, passing across his body, and he's got a man. Nice pass right there by the freshman, the number 1 Stark. We keep calling his name, and he keeps making plays. Stop right there for the Cardinals, number 23, Jackson Riche.
Yeah, Stark did a real good job there of making separation between him and the defender and just allowing himself to get that sideline pass there. And, you know, they did a really good job of hooking up, and, you know, that's going to be another first down for them.
6 minutes, 33 seconds left to play here in the Terminex of Homa 4th quarter. The Lutcher Bulldogs have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line, trailing this one 24-21. Collins takes snap, looking downfield. He's under a little bit of pressure by the Cardinals, and he is brought down. The ball's out. The ball's out. Cardinals have it. Looks like the Cardinals have it. He was fighting for extra yards, and it may have been a critical mistake by the freshman, the first one he's made tonight. And it's Cardinal football, where they'll take over 1st and 10 in Bulldog territory. Trying to see who recovered that. Laron, sideline guy, great replay right there. Awesome play by 44 Jones once again, but it was number 10,
Alexander Perkle.
He came in with made the hit, and I think he recovered the ball as well.
Yeah, he did a really good job of getting his helmet in there, and that's what knocked the ball loose. As the quarterback was coming down, the ball kind of came away from his body, and he did a great job of coming in there and drawing it loose.
I tell you what.
That's a huge play for the Cardinals.
Huge play for the Cardinals. I mean, 6 minutes, 24 seconds left to play. They'll now play a 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 37. Huge play. We were saying turnover right when the drive started, and sure enough, that's what they got. So great job by the Cardinals. Looks like English right up the middle once again. Going to try and run some clock off of this one.
Yeah, I hope these guys on the Lutcher defense are ready, because I think they're going to get a huge dose of English here on this drive as we try to chew up that clock.
It's been a great game, a classic, as it always is. Some of the best games here in Harvey Pelche Stadium over the years have been between the Lutcher Bulldogs and the Edie White Cardinals. This one's no different. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left to play. Cardinals are going to be real happy to just let that clock tick on down. Barbero's going to watch that official deep. When his hand goes up, he'll make the snap and get as much time ticking off as he can. This time he's going to go ahead and pitch. That's 6 on the carry. Carter Douglas, and he's brought down almost immediately. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on. Nothing too bad. No flag on that one, but nice play by the Lutcher Bulldogs.
Coy Ruiz, linebacker from Lutcher, who came up and made that tackle. Didn't allow Douglas to get his way around the corner and turn it upfield.
So once again, we want to thank all our wonderful sponsors of tonight's Bauer Sports Network broadcast. This 4th quarter brought to you by Terminex of Homa. Thank you to Terminex for sponsoring tonight's 4th quarter. Also, thank you to our other sponsors, some of our other sponsors tonight: Thibodeau Regional, Rico Rental and Supply, Grafton Dermatology, Sonic, Parish President Mitch Orgeron, Ortho LA. Thank you to everyone. Barbera drops back, and he is tripped up in the backfield by number 44 for the Lutcher Bulldogs. He was dropping back the pass, trying to make a play, and Dre Zabinski, the linebacker for the Bulldogs. Good football linebacker name.
Yeah, Zabinski. Yeah, it sounds
That's
like
a classic.
Yes,
Like, yeah.
it sounds like that's like a Big Ten linebacker name. I hear Sabinski. I expect to hear to see big shoulder pads, bull ring face pads, a neck roll.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, nice play by Zabinski.
Eye black.
The punt from Lee. You know what? That was a smart play right there by Jonathan Lee. I don't know if the coaches made that call. Punt it away from start
definitely.
number 1. It's inside the 20-yard line. Pin them deep if possible, but there's a flag on the play, and it looked like it might be going against Lutcher.
Yeah, it looks so. Yeah, definitely.
Coach Kyle is saying is going to go ahead and say, take the play, back them up from where the ball is. So Lutcher will be pinned back a little bit deeper into their own territory.
No, buddy, I think we might be re-kicking that because it was a penalty on a kick.
No, he said applied after.
Oh, applied out. Okay, all right. I didn't see what. Okay.
Yeah, man, I got this.
My bad. I'm sorry.
4 minutes and 16 seconds left to play in this Terminix-Oklahoma fourth quarter. Cardinals leading at 24-21. Lutcher will get possession. 1st and 10, they'll be playing from, looks about their own 11-yard line. Wonderful night for football here at Harvey Pelche Stadium, Yaki Bernard Field on the campus of E.D. White Catholic High School. My name is Buddy Leday. Once again, an honor to be back in the box with my good friend Casey Roderick, filling in for Robbie and T-Ben tonight. It's been fun. It's been a great game. It's gone by fast. Looking forward to doing it again sometime soon. Collins, shotgun, takes snap, roll around the left side, looking downfield. Good coverage by the Cardinals. Make a play, there it is. Number 1, Chase Knockhand gets the pick, pushed out of bounds. Chase is having a heck of a game tonight. He's had a heck of a season for the E.D. White Cardinals. Mr. Do It All on both sides of the ball. Great pick right there by Knockhand. He had a beat on that all the way.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't really a great decision by the freshman quarterback to throw it deep there in a double coverage. It was really well covered by the Cardinals on defense there. Chase Knockhand, again, just great concentration, high point in the football, being physical and getting in there and getting that pick, and then he was able to get a few yards afterwards as well.
2 turnovers now here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Terminix-Oklahoma, both going in the way of the E.D. White Cardinals. So the Cardinals will now play a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of the Lutcher Bulldogs. Let's see if Barbera can drive the Cardinals down into that Rico red zone once again. Takes a snap and
looks like we had some movement on the offensive line.
Movement on offensive line, so they'll back them up 5 yards, and we'll be playing a 1st and 15.
So look, buddy, what's important is that on those last 2 drives, you know, as both of them started, we really said how important it would be if the Cardinals could burn some clock off, which they weren't able to do. You know, they went 3 and out. But what they were able to do was, because of a couple of timely punts and in a penalty there in that last one, they were able to flip the field and pin the Bulldogs back to where they're now back here at midfield after that turnover. So, you know, it's a game of inches is what I'm getting at.
1st and 15 for the Cardinals to give right up the middle to English. And I think the Bulldogs are, that's 72. That's the big middle defensive lineman nose tackle for the Lutcher Bulldogs. Parquette, I believe it is. Yeah, Parquette.
Yes, Parquette. Yeah, you know, he just blew up his block and got in the backfield right away and stopped that play before it was able to develop.
You know what I'm impressed? You know, both programs, great histories, but well-coached teams, man. They play assignment football. Very few penalties tonight. It's been a clean game.
Yes, clean.
The game's moving quickly because
Yes.
they're both playing real disciplined football. Barbera under center to take the snap. He's going to pass it here to Chase Knockhand's looking to make a move. Makes one man miss. He's taken across the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, into the end zone for the Cardinal touchdown. But no, the officials say the line judge runs downfield, says he's going to be out at the 6-yard line.
Let's see if we got a replay on it. I think he stayed in.
Regardless whether he is in the end zone or not, he is in the Rico red zone. Great play right there by Barbera to his number 1 target. Chase Knockhand takes it into the Rico red zone. Thank you to our good friends at Rico, Ron Bourgeois, Mr. Byron Talbot, Rico Rental and Supply for all your rental needs. Barbera looking to put some points on the board. 3 minutes and 16 seconds left here in the Terminix-Oklahoma fourth quarter. The Cardinals put points on the board right here, make it a 2-score game. That'd be huge. The give is to English. He is pounding it into the end zone Find some pay dirt, and he deserves that one, Casey. Good to see 27 make it across the goal line.
Yeah, he's been running the rock, just very tough, very hard, and getting the ball in the end zone there for a huge touchdown at this point in the game.
Touchdown, guys. Shane Ewan, High Tide Consultants. Check out this great shot by LaRon. And there's English. Made it a couple of guys, pounded it across the goal line. He deserves that one. Thank you to High Tide Consultants, Shane Ewan. Well, they didn't spend a lot of time in the Rico red zone. One play and into the end zone for the Cardinals. Lee comes in on the Bo Porsche extra point, brought to you by chiropractor Dr. Bo Porsche. And Jonathan Lee kicks it through the uprights. Perfect on the night, and the Cardinals take a 10-point lead, 31-21, with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left here in the Terminex of Houma fourth quarter. A great game. The two turnovers have led to points finally for the Cardinals on the second turnover. Here's another replay by LaRon, our camera guy on the sidelines, doing a great job on this Bauer Sports Network crew. Great crew up here. Carl and the team do a great job.
Just a great shot of Barbera there, controlling his offense and making the play calls.
Great block. That was 89. Kind of led the way right there. Held his man just for long enough to get it across the end zone. Looks like tight end Wyatt Spear. So nice block by Spear, the tight end.
And just tough running again, just like he's been doing all night by English.
Lee's kick, another liner, bounces, throws off the timing a little bit for Stark, where he'll take it at about the 5-yard line. And good pursuit by the Cardinals special teams. 15 Sternfels, 9 Myers, 10. Number 10 for the Cardinals as well, Perkle. So Coach isn't playing around on special teams. He's getting his starters out there. He wants to make sure they close this thing out, especially with a dangerous return man like Stark.
Yeah, since we had that miscue that allowed them to break that return early in the game, we've been seeing great coverage by the coverage team there. Just everybody getting down just with reckless abandon and just making big hits and stopping the ball carrier as soon as he got it.
3 minutes, 4 seconds left to play here in this wonderful ball game on a beautiful fall night here at Yawkey Bernard Field, Harvey Peltier Memorial Stadium. Collins back in the shotgun for the Lutcher Bulldogs. The freshman rolls it around the left side looking for a man. It hit the ground. That's an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock with 3 minutes exactly left to play here in the game. Fourth quarter brought to you by Terminex of Houma. Once again, thank you to all of our great sponsors here on the Bauer Sports Network. My name is Buddy Leday here with Casey Rodrake, hoping to bring it home tonight in a Cardinal victory with just 3 minutes left in this one. T-Ben and Robbie are taking a little night off, going to the LSU game tomorrow with their families, and good for them. They should do just that, and we're happy to fill in, honored actually, and had a good time so far tonight since our last time in the box together 18 years ago. Stark takes a pass, looking for some running run, makes a couple of men miss, picks up about 6 yards.
Yeah, the important thing there is that the Cardinals were able to keep them in bounds, keep that clock running, because right now it's a 2-score game. So, the more clock that ticks off, the better it is for Edie White.
Harrison Jones once again on that pursuit. Looks like Dietrich was in on that as well. 12 for the Cardinals. Evan Arsamaw had a part of that too. So good pursuit by several Cardinal defenders. Collins takes the snap. He's going to keep this one. He's hit almost immediately, and again. The Cardinal defensive line, great job on the penetration right there. Collins looked up and immediately was hit in the backfield by the Cardinal defender. Once again, I think it was 44 Jones on the initial contact.
Yeah, so also was number 74, Owen Martinez was up in there. Just, again, a conclave of Cardinals were able to get penetration, get the pressure, and just stop him in the backfield. There was a third player in there, too. I missed his number.
So it's fourth down. Huge play. This is a big play right here. Could decide the ball game. Collins takes the snap. He's dropping back, looking to pass. Got a little bit of time. Arsamaw's on the pursuit. Throws it downfield, and he's got his man. That's number 5. That's 4-5 for the Bulldogs. Get a name for you. This is the first time I see that number. Markel Simon for the Lutcher Bulldogs. They pick up the first on a gain of 19.
Yeah, and buddy, I tell you what, that was a really good throw that he made on the run there.
Collins drops back. He's under pressure, looking for his man. He's got him again. Simon picked up about 5 yards, but he kept him in bounds. There are 3 timeouts left on the board for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. The clock will stop to move the chains. Oh, they did take a timeout. Look, hey, the Cardinals are getting decent pressure on him. on him right now. You know, they were able to get the sack on one play, not on the last two, but at least they are getting to him. But I tell you what, he's been making great plays back there with his feet, and then, you know, it's still able to make good throws on a run.
Again, we had some amazing sponsors tonight. Our penalty sponsor, when we backed him up, Go Waste, thank you. It's a timeout brought to you right now by Steve Wanko. And Steve is just texting me his player of the game. The Steve Wanko player of the game tonight is going to be Chase Knockham. Tough choice, he said. I think Jones played lights out.
English,
Barbera,
you know, we've been saying his name right,
but I mean, so many people.
The big plays in timely moments of Knockham. I mean, I can't disagree with him.
He had the pick,
the pick,
scores.
Yes.
You know, he's been phenomenal like he has all season. But again, shout outs to a bunch of EDY Cardinals tonight who got their name called a heck of a lot of times. So with minute 24 to go in this one, Cardinals leading by 10. Collins takes it around the left side under pursuit, and he's brought down. There he is, Charlie Dietrich on the stop. Good to see Charlie making a play. The big middle linebacker, the leader of the Cardinal defense, getting back there in the backfield. I know
Buddy,
he's probably
he
going
came
to take
from
a big
across
play.
the field. He started that play in Labadeville, and he made it all the way across the field. He sniffed that out. That was a great play, great pursuit. The closing speed that Charlie showed on that play is just amazing.
Sternfels helped clean it up as well. So Collins dropping back on third down. We got a flag on the field as well. Deep pass, almost picked off right there by the Cardinals, but it falls incomplete. 48.5 seconds left to go. We got a flag. Will this back them up? Let's see.
Looks like we have movement on the illegal shift by the offense that's going to be declined.
They're going to decline it. 48.5 seconds left to go in this one. Cardinals lead 31-21. And we'll still give a shout out to Go Waste. It was declined. We didn't back them up, but you could have backed them up if you wanted to. And if you need a roll-off container, call our friends at Go Waste. They'll do a great job always. Thank you to Go Waste. Fourth down right here, 48.5 seconds to go. Cardinals lead at 31-21. Looking to close this thing out in the Terminex of Houma fourth quarter. Let's go, Cardinals. Let's make a stop right here. Take it to the house. Get ready to win this district. Fourth down, 9 yards to go for the Lutcher Bulldogs. Collins drops back, looking to pass it downfield, being pursued harder once again, and there he is, Harrison Jones. The game of his life tonight, guys. He has played hard all over the field. You know, Mr. Wanko went ahead and picked Chase Knockham, and Chase deserves it. But Harrison Jones has played lights out tonight.
Yeah, buddy, I mean, you can see him coming off the edge here, and this guy have a great shot on this replay. Yes, look, he's fighting right there with number 67. He sees the inside leverage, and he takes it with the move there inside, and then he's able to just pursue him down and get that
Collins is not
sack.
slow. Collins is very fast, and Jones tracks him down. Congratulations, Harrison. Great play right there. Congratulations to the Cardinals. They're going to go ahead and take this one. 42 seconds left in the game. Looks like folks are trying to beat the crowds out of here, and I think it's safe to say that the Cardinals are going to get a big home district victory tonight over the visiting Lutcher Bulldogs.
Yeah, hey, look, Lutcher came in and they really put up a really good fight, gave the Cardinals all they could handle for most of 3.5 quarters. But the big difference here was the turnovers that the Cardinals were able to finally get in the fourth quarter, which just all came up huge. And, and then also being able to, to get points off of those turnovers. So this is really just a huge game.
That's it, guys. We won't even have to run another play. The clock's going to run out. A wonderful night here on the Bauer Sports Network. Again, the Cardinals played hard. They played Cardinal football. They pounded the rock. They wore them down. They took opportunities when they came there. 2 turnovers on defense, timely turnovers in the fourth quarter, and that was a tale of the tape right there. Cardinals win this one 31-21 on a beautiful Friday night here in Thibodaux. Thank all of our sponsors for tonight's game once again. Arthur LA, great friends at Arthur LA, thanks for the sponsor. Parish President Mitch Orgeron, thank you so much, Parish President Mitch Orgeron. Sonic, thank you to the School Spirit Slushy and all your help for EDY Athletics. TBD Contracting, thank you, T-Ben. We're happy to help you out tonight, man. Grafton Dermatology and Cosmetic Surgery, thank you, Dr. Bo. Thibodaux Regional Health System, Thibodaux Regional, thank you. CPT, thank you to the Center for Pediatric Therapy. Rico Rental and Supply, sponsor of the Rico Red Zone. Thank you, Ron, Byron, and all our friends at Rico. Shane Ewan, High Tide Consultants. Thank you, Shane. Again, a wonderful night for football. Dr. Bo Porsche, thank you, Bo Porsche Chiropractic. So the teams are going to shake your hands at midfield. A well-played, well-disciplined football game. Thank you to Go Waste, another one of our great sponsors. The Cardinals are going to take the lead, take the win, go 4-3 in the season. You know, a lot of people are talking down on the Cardinals a little bit. 3 losses to start the season out against 3 really, really tough teams. And the people in the area were like, maybe the Cardinals are down. And I think the home fans, the fans from E.D. White, the people from Thibodaux knew in a matter of time, all that really tough schedule at the beginning of the season was just going to prepare them for these big district matchups.
Yeah, but you know, you made that great run to the Dome last year, but you know, you lost a lot of seniors from that football team. So, you know, you are returning some guys, especially in key spots like your quarterback. And you know, I think I heard Coach Saint say it in the media that, you know, he scheduled those 3 games, and you know, yeah, you know what, they went 0-3, but he really tested his players. He set them up to have some adversity to see how they would respond to it.
And all 3 of the games were close.
Right,
They could have gone either way.
Yeah,
so.
you know what? And they were in all those games, and they played their hearts out. They came up short, but they were there. And you know that, you know, metal sharpens metal. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't get it out of there. And I think it's starting to show now later in the season when the games really start to count here in district play.
So kudos to the players for taking that hard start to the season and using it as a learning experience, toughening themselves and keeping their heads up. And so far, they've now gone 4 in a row, 4-3 record, heading into the later part of the season. Coach Kyle is saying, and the staff at E.D. White for getting these guys right. A beautiful night for football, a beautiful night on the Bauer Sports Network. Let's take a break and go ahead and listen to the alma mater, and then we'll close it out. And great show of respect right there by the E.D. White Cardinals as the Lutcher Bulldogs play their alma mater, and sign of respect right back from Lutcher as E.D. White as their alma mater. Let's listen in. An excited Cardinal football team goes into the end zone to hear some final words from their coach, Kyle, saying a great victory tonight, 31-21 by the E.D. White Cardinals. It's been fun. We'd like to thank our broadcast team, Carl in the booth, Braden and LaRon on the cameras. A great job, as always, here on the Bauer Sports Network. We hope you enjoy the broadcast as much as we did. I'm Buddy Leday, Casey Roderick here with me. It's been 18 years since we've been in the box. We had a great time tonight, and we hope to do it again real soon. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, just like riding a bike, buddy. You know, it took a little time. Maybe we're a little rusty, but hey, I think we did a great job, if I do say so myself.
And once again, thank you to all of our sponsors tonight. If we missed you here and there, we apologize. We'll try to do better next time. So for Casey Roderick, I'm Buddy Leday. Cardinals win this one 31-21 here at Harvey Pelche Stadium. Signing off tonight on the Bauer Sports Network. We'll see you soon.
You did? Oh.